the Honorable Vice President, Dr. Mohamed Diallo, His Excellency, the First Lady, the Honorable Chief Minister, Ministers of Government, Chairman of the great SLPP party, who happens to be my deputy chairman of all political parties. So a smaller party is heading a bigger party chairman, but definitely is very, very, very instrumental. Very, very instrumental. And he has been representing the SLPP in the All Political Parties Association very well. That is the reason why today SHABBA is very powerful in this country. Had it been the chairman of the great SLPP, it has been very difficult. It will be very difficult. Because you've been hearing about the scenario of the APA and the COP saga.
David.
But thank God for my deputy.
No, Steve, come.
I'm very honored to be in this August gathering here today as the chairman of the All Political Parties representing the association. On behalf of the association, we want to thank every one of you, and definitely the All Political Parties Association is the umbrella body recognized by the Political Party Regulation Commission. Definitely, for the interest of the one day, we gathering today, we will put a view, I will mix up. His Excellency the President, when we there today, when we the association received the invitation, say we will make a statement on the theme towards a radical transformation, counting the kings since 2018. Well, I think say this game here, we as the opposition party, maybe I think we know how better pass some SLPP people there. Because when again they come up from an opposition party, then it shows that His Excellency the President, you don't work. Just imagine, in the association we have 11 registered political parties in APA. 11 registered political parties. So this report card, where His Excellency one can lead, when we, the opposition party, I think we sabia, and we don't know some of the achievements there. Before His Excellency the President to read out, we go give some of the achievements there, we don't make, we only know. And I thank God, this to go both national and international. For the world for no say, opposition parties them in APA recognize the good work His Excellency the President. Your Excellency, sir, in 4 years, your government don't try to manage the economy. In a difficult crisis like this, a global crisis, but your government is able to manage the economy. We read the opposition party, we realize that. Your Excellency, sir, in 4 years, your government will transform the human capital development. And also the infrastructure and energy at this point. Oh, we used to forget cool water. Now, oh. So the ice block is more powerful than the cool water. So the energy sector, we want to appreciate you on that. Now we sleep with lights and we people them the benefit for people water. sir, in 4 years, your government don't also do some addition there in schools. And also don't put money for the free quality education. We will begin them the very from now. Your Excellency, the upper Sierra Leone want to commend you for the great work the way you don't do in this country. And one of the other things we will put forward now waiting the people of this country will be young for quite a long time will be very difficult to forget. And I can remember during the Constitutional Review Committee, the 10 governments, when they constitute the CRC for review, the Sierra Leone 1991 Constitution in tandem with the Peter Tucker report, the people of this country, they will recommend the PR system and also they represent local council for the non-partisan. But today, your government don't can kill and the people of this country wait to be the young for the PR system. We want to tell you plenty thank you for that. And we want to also tell you thank you for the new university we do in Apollo. It's a big that is country. And we also want to tell you thank you for the grand airport terminal we don't go to. Your Excellency, the report card that we need to call now, we sabi and pass you, sir. So allow me to read them for you, rather than the read them for you, sir. And when you come up from opposition party, the people they don't say, you don't work, sir. And I'm happy for this gathering today in the whole life, both national and international. For them, you want to say, opposition parties, they deal with you. People like it or not, I think say we don't sit the exam. And I don't feel say some of we don't see when you don't do the Lord big for we. And we don't see say the contest we don't need for going to our game. We need for going to so at the Baksha, we and the deputy chairman I want to comment that we never formulate one something for you, sir. The 11 political parties are in Napa. And I want to proudly pronounce on today that when you have 11 registered political parties behind you, it makes a big difference.
As said, Sunday 2022. And for in case at the first time this way, you join this platform, Mina EGERTON SHABBA, and there with my co-host winner Rachel Bangua Davis, tell it to Rachel, and also we get a big alejo with prominent person at this platform, a friend, a brother to me for long years, where we can't talk to today. So any thousand a day, please share this live, and also welcome to this program today, where we can talk to Mike Bewa. Right now, now America, the time now is just past 2 o'clock. I know say some of now we watch you from Salon right now almost na next to now. We want to make una stay with we, and we believe say we'll get a very decent conversation today with Mike Bewa. Make a bring in, tell you to Rachel. How the Sunday?
It's a rainy Sunday from our end, and like you say, the people in a salon, I think say it's late now for them, or it's getting too late for them. But this is a very interesting, conversation we can get, and we ask that they stay tuned to this platform. And like you say, the Mike Bearer that we used to know, it's a different person, not in personality, but something don't change about where it carry now. And since you get that
No,
position,
no, senior man. That's what I'm like. Bigger me. They can't force them at the platform.
so
Where can they argue? Someone I left we go. No.
that's
Now,
why I
now,
said
senior man right now.
that's why I said it's a different, it carries a different title right now, and this now I think say a responsibility because the title we carry, and also some people I want to know from this point of view, because like I say, that time we they come and talk and we get a debate is different from now. So anything where it is say now, salon people and go even take a more serious than before. And we know say anything we say now, it's a policy thing, it's a policy statement based on in position we get. I stand to be corrected if we come in. But we look forward to a very decent conversation, like you said, and make we can know for the past 4 years, going to 5 years, how this government will work, where Mike Bewa, this so the SLPP power government out and don't work, and plenty other things the way salon people also get concerned about, make it can give me clarification on some of the issues there. So family, I want to welcome you again on a station. My name is Rachel Bangura Davis, and commonly known as Tenita Rachel. Thank you, EGERTON SHABBA, for having me on your program. Always.
Pleasure. Yes. Before wasting time, we bring we own border Mike Begawa. We Mike not so strange person at this platform. Mike don't kind of this platform several times, and he enjoy the platform because you know what the juice when so where it's and it's okay.
They said I'll make Mike and give Mike position, so now we'll give Mike and give Mike position, so Mike, you never can put water.
The one thing about Mike, the unique thing about Mike, he always get confidence where he can on this platform. So I want to appreciate you, Mike, for any time where I
tell Mike they can put water.
Mike, I want to go cold water. I want to go cold water at this place. As I get a position, should I call and I say, man, if I give you cold water, we don't tell our social media who are you. So we do appreciate you anyway, Mike. We always we invitation for this platform, and wish you all the best, and pray for you and your family where God give a long life, and which one ask God for where God provide for. Welcome to this program again, Mike Begawa.
Thank you very much, Rachel. Thank you, Shabba. I don't know if I could take that as a compliment, but it's a pleasure for there. And I believe, I am a disciple of President Bio, and I believe in vision strongly and religiously. So I'm ready for taking message anywhere in this country. Even Sai was in doubt him, because Jesus, if not Jesus, the people that would Jesus be the minister to, not the one that will be doubt him. The minister to sinners. And nobody go to the one same way with their souls and we don't already win. They go to the one same way. Without them, we not be believing even within the disciples, them begin the one that we not believe in them. We are doubting. We got the story of the doubting Thomas. Even Peter will be trust him. Peter denied him 3 times. So I believe President Bio in vision, it's very clear. I believe in vision and the right vision for move this country go before. I believe in it strongly. It's not about just following President Bio, it's about conviction. It's about ideology where I believe in, and I believe I'm not afraid any side for carry that message to people, every Sierra Leonean, because I believe we are one country, one people.
Thank you very much, Mike. Let me go straight to the points. Mike, me and you, we within our entertainers then, and me and you don't say we'll deep on entertainment. From the 90s, where Sabi you, we don't DJ, and we know a lot about entertainment. Last year we get entertainers them we be involved into some problem LG with others entertainers them we they be locked up. Then we see some comments and people see some comments them on social media, especially from your page. We normally go down well with some people and say, well, what you guys now your Facebook that manifest we Sofula, Bab, LG and other ones they lock them up. What you want to say towards that?
Well, Shabba, one thing I want you to understand, opinions are in facts, yeah? I can get an opinion about you, I can get an opinion about Rachel, but I don't mean that true. I don't mean that fact. It's an opinion. Social media and a platform and a space where everybody can talk within the one for talk. Everybody can do it in the one for do. But actually, it don't mean everything when people they talk on social media, that means it's not true, right? When this whole thing happened, I brought my own facts out of my own research what I do. About why the Babam, that was, I think that was the conversation. Why they're not for Babam, it created a whole national conversation. And I give me your own point of view. I'd say that's a SOP, that's a standing operating procedure by the police. So if the police them do them, I say them do them because, right? Yes, then the BAB, if police say you here and a danger to you, if they say you dreads, you can take them for strangulate yourself, then get right for BAB you. I justify them with certain articles then were pulled from other prisons than America, people them them don't do them. So that was the angle that was coming from. But that doesn't mean I'm right. That doesn't mean the other person will deny what they say is right. Those are my opinions. So if they say, so will I take my word or the police, the whole police, Sierra Leone police take what I say or post on social media and then they go by them, that means I'm really powerful. I must be really powerful for the whole national police.
So do you still stand on that position that, I mean, justifying why at that time the police then be caught LJ in here, like you said, because you feel, LJ in dread was a threat to him? I don't know how long he be, we go able for tying a neck, but do you still stand on that position as of now?
Oh yes. I mean, the police don't make them very clear. You see the police pull a statement, then pull standing operating procedures out. We all read them, then give a reason why that was done. So just that what they say justify within them they say. So that means like what I was saying was actually there was some evidence based in what I was saying. So if you say I stand by it, yes, I stand by it. We are a country of laws. We believe in no one is above the law. Then can arrest somebody, then can you go police. Even America, then they torture you. Not even bad no more, they can torture you. So if other person say it's dehumanizing, so other people then they will say, that I'm brand, they're not for cutting here. But the police say it's yes, they can cut you here.
Well, we get a lot of comments that will come in before you come in the way people they talk about still about this LG say, other people they don't do worse than LG. They not lock them up for 1 week. But while we some problem the problem with LG gets to now available things with the bill. So why other people the way they get out of them problem that way worse past LG, then LG friends when entertainers them, they sentence them.
Well, you have to look at that. The law is different. You get what you understand about facts, and you get what you understand by true. Yeah, it's in the court of law. It's not about evidence. Sorry, in the court of law, it's not about true. It's about evidence. We see the story of O.J. Simpson. A lot of people convinced him and killed. By the end of the day, on the court of law, it's about evidence. It's not about how you interpret them and how we interpret them. It's different. But me and you go agree, and I say a couple of times, LJ don't get into a lot of trouble where they get away with them, right? We don't see a lot of police cases. They're not 1 10 2 10 3 10 where they get confrontation with the law. So it can possibly say me and you can get problem or go to court. It can look at the believe the offense will be different from me. If me not ever get problem in a court, first time, they just stand like them pull you like America, then pull you over. Like you go in a court for maybe speeding, or you go to court for something bad driving. The judge will look at you traffic offenses first. Based on that, in the very first time then they give you a lineable offense. And me and you know say that man was on probation. What's on a probation? Probation means where you go court, where you commit a crime, where the lawyers and they free you, then they bail you, then they tell you say, where you don't come also, where you go, if you cause any problem back where you come, like different. So if you go, I'm not saying that is the reason why the courts take that. I just give a broader picture of how the law they work. If you go commit a crime, you come back and you are on probation, punitive measures can be different from that person when I very first time. So me and you know say, I mean, LJ don't get into the law. I don't get into the law with police officers a couple of times. So it's left with the people for half an hour and they decide them. I'm not a lawyer. I don't get a legal background for determining how the case will go, for tell you saying that because of this or this or this. But I believe so everything what people need to do and they do within the ambits of the law.
But I go compare LJ and LSC where LSC, the previous government, they may not sentence them to life, but when these governments come, them pardon them.
Well, but you just know say the whole pardon it was an error. I mean, you see that. I think I made a statement on that while I was just Mike. Sorry, you saw that I made the man a fugitive. Because you see, the president revoked that back, right? The president revoked that pardon because it was an error. The president is a ceremonial head of the country. The president, they work with people. And if people then take a decision where the president not go by, the president gets all the powers for revoke that. So that should not be debatable because we all see the president's actions we take. He revoke him back. That's why he's a fugitive. A day, Usai will not know about him. And he not go kind of this country soon.
All right, let me just come in when you talk about LSC is a fugitive. And we all know, say, LSC, most of the time, a lot of people are not in location. I mean, it's not hiding about it. And we see the things around where we go able for determine, say, LSC is living in that country at this moment and moving to this next country at this moment. I mean, how una Interpol, so revoking is one, but una put an Interpol for look for LSC, but people know where LSC is, and I believe the Interpol should know where LSC is. So, whose kind efforts way the Interpol don't make for ensure say LSC be brought to book? Like you say, it's a major error where His Excellency do, as you agree and as you.
It's not. Let me get it back. It's not a major error from the Excellency. It's a major error. That's why the president revoke in pardon. Let me. All right.
So, which kind of efforts way una they do as a government from what the president don't revoke for make sure say LSC brought to book?
Well, Richard, that's an intelligence. You don't expect me to come review everything here, right? You sabi usai LSC day. You know usai day? Because the police need that information. So do you know where he is right now?
I mean, una get all the technology, I suppose, for able to track down because we see him on social media, we see the countries that he goes to and all of that. So I believe you guys have all the technology to track him down if you want to.
Like which country last year?
I'm just saying we see him on social media, so it's up to you to address that issue there. Do you know where LSC is?
Well, that's an assumption. The police need that information. If you know Usai LSC Day, the police need that information. That's a laudable. I think they put even a ransom for that. You can get money for that. So if you know Usai Day, because I can sit down and change my location, I can then I post attacks in a California day. You know, means that they are day. So Nameka, they say he's a fugitive. The president make a commitment to this country that a revoke in pardon, which of course the president gets right for do that. They within in purview for do that. So if you know LSC Day, wherever they, I mean, the police will need that information. That would be a good source because if you know Day, help we get that information, Richard.
Okay, thank you. Mike, I want to play this video where former President Komadi hand over a note to President Biu, and they will discuss about that.
Where the former president, Anes by Kuruma, may give the documents them to President Biu, it tell and say, where him back may take power, na so the former president, late Dr. Ahmed Chijankaba, may give an kind document and they for guide them by the work way they can do for the country. It talks say the documents get the challenges them and success the way in government may able for record. It also talks say in government me don't do good work them and it go like for see the work then they continue. As now that make it don't present them document and they to President Biu as he say, governance na continuity, not to anything wey dey stop, but na thing wey dey continue from one government to the other. And he also talk say he always ready for help President Bio anytime he call am for make he help am. He ready for support this government so that he go succeed for Salone. President Bio may dey welcome the former president inside him office. He talk say na good thing wey dem dey work together as wey the Salone people and they see that e go make the tension wey dey inside the past election go dey calm.
Okay, Mike, we don't watch this video. People like want to know, because you know, say governments are continuity. Waiting and waiting inside this another note where presidents Bio don't do. From where presidents, former president Koma another to him.
Well, I take that back. You can say government is continuity. If there's bad government, the policies are bad, they are not reflective of the people, they shape people in lives, they change people in lives. The other governments where they cannot need for continue with that. So that's the subjective statement where you say governments are continuity. Yeah. Did you read President Kaba handing over notes to President Kuruma? Did you? Because I get a snippet of an Akidam now if you want to make Aidam.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Before I come to that, where President Kuruma handing over notes to President Bio, according to what you say, if you go by no need for go by the president already gets in vision, he already gets in plan, he already gets in the way you want to let this country go. And during the time of President Bio, President Kuruma be the rule. President Kuruma embark on, I think one of the things that we do more on our roots than maybe embark on. When President Bio came, education, because I believe education are the only way that this country will go before. In a country wherein 3 out of 5 people cannot get them right, it's alarming. It's a day on the edge of collapsing. So you can't shape a country if the people are not educated. If they are not educated, they're not able to make informed decisions. They're not able to choose leaders. They're not able know what's right for them. They're not able to become entrepreneurial for themselves. They're not able to create jobs for themselves. So this country, this president come. One of the things that we look, that makes him a visionary president. One of the things that we look at, say, if we have to go further as a country, as a people, we need to be educated. And the kind of education President Bio they talk about, and not talk about education when a degree, or not they talk about education where you forget PhD or you become doctor, basic skills, then what people then will live by. So not that. So it not mean say President Kurumai agenda, 9 President Bio need for work with. No, that's not how government works. Because government they work, the president get a campaign where it gets a message where he campaign on. It gets a message where make people gravitate towards them. Or President Bio come and talk about corruption. You already played that, say they fight them. It talks about education. I say because every country for like go before needs education. And you don't see the results, Shabba. With corruption, not only
all right, before I just want to come in, Mike, before we get into that, because we're going to go to the free quality education and the corruption, all of those things, we'll get into that proper. But I just want to say, so the handing over notes, like former President Kuruma say, I mean, there are projects them where if you don't start and everything. Where una come, President Bioga your vision. So, do you want to say nothing no day where former President Koma being start as a project where President Bio can continue when a good thing that there's nothing that is good that came out from the leadership of former President Anesbai Koma? Una can start everything fresh.
I can't say that, Rachel. I can't say that. If I say that, I will be very ingenious and disgenius, right? I can't say that. President Kuruma was a leader, right? If you get your own vision, every leader wants to win at this country. But me and you go agree, say, within President Kuruma and government, there was a lot of things that will not get to go right. You agree with me on that? There's a lot. Not for me to say this. There are indicators out there. The maternal mortality was rampant in Sierra Leone. We are below women they die too much. Yeah, the electricity rate was 16%. Yeah, corruption. Sierra Leone was labeled as the most corrupt country on the earth. Yeah, education be the sink. Yeah. So if other areas and they will say they do good, I mean, look at the broader picture here. People in lives were not better under President Nkrumah regime. Yeah. Now that during the regime, we see people in the go and they go pick rotten, I call it chicken and they eat too. Yeah. So when President Bio come, I get your own vision. I get your own vision. And when you get a vision, you get certain indicators that you use for drive your vision. And one of the indicators that President Bio say, go drive in vision. We're going to make the country become a better country. We're going to make people then go live. It's not something that's going to happen in 4 years. Rome was not built in 4 years. Rome was not built today. Nothing where they take time. And we don't begin to see the results. The two things that President Bio mentioned in manifesto was he's going to fight corruption because corruption don't kill people then pass how Ebola, the war, and mudslide kill people then and COVID kill people then combine. Because USA resources they come for people then within our villages, resources they come for people then within our rural areas, them for build them hospitals, build communities, them we go enhance their life and reshape their life. Then resources then they know they meet them, but people then they don't die due to access in poor healthcare facilities, due to lack of immunization, due to poverty, when for kill them, and they kill them because of corruption. 100% they sit down and do them. And this sort of President Bio talk. Check the I call it the Transparency International reports talk about them. The More Index Foundation reports talk about them. Says Sierra Leone was the most corrupt country within former President Nkrumah regime. And what don't come now, this has changed. Look at the indicators out there. Look at the indicators, the MCC report. This is not a thing where you're able to bribe, Rachel. The MCC report, take a look at them. I think I get something like that now. The MCC report say indicators and they will salon don't do well. When you talk about economic freedom, we pass on. You talk about ruling justly, political rights, civil liberties, control of corruption, rule of law, freedom of information, health expenditure, immunization, girls expenditure.
Mike, let's pause there. Let's pause there for a second. I don't know if I got you want to say anything.
Let me just finish this, Richard.
Yeah.
Okay.
All these are indicators, them measurable indicators, them what they look at. Yeah, when you look at education also, you see more people that don't get access for good university. We don't get more people that where they retain a school. What I mean by that, school retention, then they actually go school and retain. Now, when they talk about education at the world, Rachel, then they call Sierra Leone. See, President Bio was recently the co-chair for transforming education in the world. You know, they bribe that in the United Nations. These are indicators for sure, say, we country they go before. We country the development, not to just bread and butter thing. There are certain indicators them when me and you for what we know say the country is on the right track to economic recovery. And it has to take time. Not to today no more get for happen.
Yeah, EGERTON, you want to say something because
no, go on. I want to play another video quick, but just go on, please.
All right. I just want to make we talk about since you've mentioned it. Of course, it's something I've been therefore ask you about, which is corruption. We all fully aware, Sierra Leoneans, are aware that President Bio campaign on this mantra of accountability and transparency, fighting corruption. Even to the BBC interview where he been do before he become a president, he talk about say the former APC government, been get unchecked corruption, and he make reference to the audit report as well. And people, Sierra Leoneans were fed up, with according to the mantra on be running the corruption of the APC government and so many other things, the audit report, where even President Bio make reference to in an interview before he became a president. So now, how can you compare the audit report and the things that came out from the audit report, especially, I think if I'm correct, the 2021 or 2022 audit report at the time when Lara was indefinitely suspended? How you can compare that audit report with a lot of discrepancies inside the audit and wastage of money as compared to the former APC government?
Well, I don't know on which basis you measure that. I would love to see.
It's out there, Mike. I mean, it's out there. Okay. The audit report was out there, and it's still out there. So I just want to make clear that.
Okay, you just make mention of, say, the two of these reports, them a lot of discrepancies. Well, even like I tell us, I accept it. There are also a lot of discrepancies in your reports we pull. Now, based on that, then suspender. There are instances of acceptor. You know that.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yes, there was a lot of discrepancies in the report we come out. And one thing we can understand about audit reports also is audit report does not get better. If you understand, say every year we audit reports come out because of certain price of commodities, because of inflation, because of how government expenditure, government budget, you look at the payroll, how gaps, more people don't. Every year, if you go back, track my record, what I'm saying, if not like, you go back from 2013 to the audit report will come out 2014, it was past 2013. The audit report will come out 2015, it was past 2014.
But there were a lot of corruption and fraud that came out inside that audit report, where even the Africanists up till now, your government challenge that.
I don't think like who they mention when it comes to corruption.
No, but I mean it's a media house. I'm just making reference to it because when our government's not able for address that issue, they address African press on those publications.
It's a biased media house.
Okay.
Whenever you don't ever see Africanist pressed, where government pass 30% of women them forget rights to power, 30% forget rights to loan, 30% in employment in all walks of life. Whenever you see Africanist press congratulate.
But Africanist press, so that means it been biased to APC as well, because there's been some damning reports about APC as well.
Don't take me back. We're talking about now. Right?
No, you say they're biased, meaning these are things they've been doing consecutively on governments coming in and out. They did it for the APC. So does that mean they were biased?
They are biased. They are not only biased. They are not only biased. Their findings are not authoritative.
Okay, so does that mean they were equally biased with the APC government at that time when they pulled the Ebola report?
Are they talking about now? They are biased.
No, I'm talking about because Africanist press don't exist before the SLPP power government come. And it's the same Africanist press that you said they are biased and they are not credible, being pulled the same audit reports where outline the level of corruption, especially on the Ebola funds. And that is what the SLPP ran with and walk against the APC, and all of us, we were tired, gravitated to that. So now they are biased.
The SLPP never ran with an audit report from Africanist press. I just make that very clear. Authoritatively say the Africanist press is not an authoritative media house. In a sense, none of the articles, none of the people then use as publications. None of it's skewed, it's biased, it's not factual, right? Now we look at waiting authoritative, waiting day out there, when are the MCC scorecard, where international, if people they want Canada Salon, if they want to look at Sierra Leone, with always they pull say, oh, government don't we do all something today, oh, First Lady House don't we do all this, oh, President BO we do all this. All these are just things where they put out there. The organization.
Answer me question. I know you want to say stuff that you feel they are credible, but I just want to make you answer. Say, does that mean the Africanist press during the APC also was biased against the APC government?
Rachel, let me build my premise.
Okay.
Listen me too. Yeah, please. So what you are trying to talk to the Africanist press is not. I don't make them very clear to you. Say it's not. They are not only biased in their reporting. They are not authoritative. When you talk of an authoritative institution, you talk of the Mo Index Foundation, you talk of the MCC, you talk about Transparency International. Now, the indicators there, WHO they use. Now, the indicators there, UNICEF they use. Now, they indicate what America get for come invest in Sierra Leone. If America want to look at Sierra Leone, then standard is corruption. What Sierra Leone don't do for corruption? Not to Africanist press then they go. The people who use Africanist press, now people them way, not like this government. Now people them way in our opposition. Now people them way in critics of this government. Now them. Yeah, you don't ever see anybody when a renowned newspaper share Africanist president article. Yeah, nobody. Let me not see. Site one, let you tell me. None not share it. So if we are looking at how corruption is in Sierra Leone, we look at what? The MCC scorecard. Now, this same scorecard talks say 2007, APC fail am, then get 15%. 2008, then pay am back, then get 28%. 2009, 27%. 2010, 40%. They only pass them slightly with 53%, 2011 and 2012. These are the first years of what? Of former president Anis Nkrumah. When President Bioka, they pass them excellently. The first 2018, 71%. 2019, 79%. 2020, 81%. 2021, 83%. 2022, 79%. Rachel, these are the facts. Now, this me and you for the talk about. Not to any Mrs. Akinsidona, I write anything, I post about APC. It not mean say it's authoritative. Yeah. Then one day, and I then get institutions in a salon, when are credible institutions, them, where they do their assessment, both quantitatively and qualitatively, generate data and put them out there. Not so salon no more than they do them. Then they do them now. All other countries, on are developing countries, in Africa and in Asia. Yeah. When you look at the More Index Foundation report back come out, Sierra Leone did well there. When you look at
so in terms of corruption, you think you want for authoritatively say President Bio don't do well past the previous government in terms of corruption, regardless of the damning reports that are coming out.
Far away. And if I can throw that back to you, Rachel, if you not possibly believe in science and facts, how if they ask you about the corruption at Sierra Leone, how you say? What will you say?
No, you answer the question.
No,
you ask me questions. I'm here. We're there for discuss. I mean, Rachel, I have my opinion.
Right? Yeah. Rachel, you are a Sierra Leonean. I know you read. I know you believe in facts. I do. I know, and I expect you do. So if you really want to be objective, you go say Salon don't do well in corruption past the past governments. Now, based on that, they don't give a huge MCC grant. Now, based on that, Sierra Leone, and they look at Sierra Leone, say other countries and they come for can land the model of corruption. What would they? Don't take that away from us, Rachel. That would be very disingenuous.
I'm not taking it. I'm just asking you. I'm not taking anything. I'm just asking how the government is not able to fight corruption.
Side and they will not do well as a government. When you talk about them, I will agree. Say objectively as a Sierra Leone, I will tell you say we need to do better. Yeah, but corruption now, me the salon now. Now, another tell you say we don't eradicate corruption, Rachel. Another tell you say corruption don't done as Sierra Leone, pata pata. That's not what I'm saying here. It will be difficult for the corruption. The corruption still there. Now, offices, corruption then are other areas. But one of the things I can tell you authoritatively, Rachel, now corruption is not fashionable anymore. People they're afraid for take corruption.
So the SLPP now they're no sacred cow.
We don't
the
have
SLPP government now got no sacred cow.
Even within the government, if a lot of people in the way they don't hold for corruption within the government, they don't hold corruption. Yes. About the Paul Masakwe, the recent man time, how you call him boss. He was then pull him from.
What about Alpha Timbo with that 45,000 or so bag rise?
Yeah, you see what them pull him and strip him off in office. Then
and then put him again.
No, but it went through a due process. So what's you the feel say? If one thing I want you understand, if governments really fishy about the fight against corruption, there was no way for even paint and say Alpha Timbo be involved in that. Okay,
so he wasn't guilty, basically.
That's what the court of law said. That's what the court of law say. Unless you say you doubt with court of law. Unless you say you doubt within the law say. But that's what the law said.
Okay.
And people then they back when are APC people then back not forget what they don't hold for corruption, where at the end of the day they go through the due process, where then free them back, where they not find them wanting. So not on one side no more, it's on both sides, Rachel.
Okay, guys, let's move. Mike, me there for play videos anyway. I want for plan video where President Bio Mide on opposition where Mide on debates where talk about economy.
What is now abundantly clear is that the 10 years of APC misrule and economic mismanagement has definitely created considerable suffering for the people of this country. From Kamakwie to Pujehu, from Kono to Freetown, and everywhere, people are suffering under the weight of corruption and the mismanagement of the All People's Congress. I have seen it at first hand, from Falaba to Kenima and from Kailan to Putloko, the people want change. The people are tired of the suffering of paying for a bag of rice at 200,000 from only 60,000 in 2000.
Mike.
Yep.
People are still suffering in Sierra Leone because during these debates, President Biyo say bag of rice na 300,000, and now bag of rice na 600,000. The dollar, $100 na 2 million leones. Petrol na I think 19,500.
So what's your question?
People are still suffering in Sierra Leone.
Oh, people suffering there all over the world. Shabba, let me ask that back to you. People know they suffer in America?
Of course, yes.
Okay, so let me tell you this. Yeah, President Biyo is very aware about the suffering of people. He knows that. He not promise a quick fix. He know the country where it take. Say the country where it take, everything was rotten. Remember, we'll be in austerity. Now, austerity will take this country from APC. Yeah? And when you let Kamla answer your question we asked. When we'll take this country on so many indicators. We're not going to go well. Economy was collapsed. We get a lot of debts. Then COVID came. And one thing, the difference between COVID and Ebola, I want to let you understand. Ebola was an epidemic. What I mean by that? There's few countries that they affect. Me and you know, say where Ebola be there. Countries and airports them be open. Businesses be they go. They not sack people in America. But with COVID and the Ukraine and Russia war, we see how it affects the whole world. And when you look at how the whole world day, it's a supply chain. People them where they manufacture rice, then cultivate them, then pack them, then get for put inside transport on a ship for cow time. So they want a first ship they can saloon. Now one ship they can because oil no day because of the Ukraine and Russia war. If you take a look at inflations in the world, I will tell you, say Sudan gets 245% inflation. Zimbabwe gets 86% inflation. Ethiopia gets 34% inflation. Angola gets 23%. Ghana, the economy just crashed when they go for a bailout from what? IMF. Liberia, a salon and the Cambaires. Yeah? Nigeria, the inflation is 16.1%. South Sudan, 16%. Zambia, 15%. Guinea, 12%. Malawi, 10%. These are facts from authoritative institutions. So, Udana Salon, one thing for blessed President Biyo for.
Oh, Mike, we always use this word austerity, which of course England also been done austerity for over 5 years.
You know, let me finish this. One thing for blessed President Biyo for is this. With all things where they happen, I agree. President is doing. There are a lot of waiting me and you for the acts. The question what they expect, Rachel or you for asking me.
No, don't expect anything. We they talk waiting, we they ask you waiting. We want to ask you.
What do they expect as a Sierra Leonean? What I mean, I expect waiting necessary. Won't forget this should be a conversation. With Sierra Leoneans want to know. I mentioned you as a Rachel because you know the host, you know Sierra Leonean. What are you people doing about this? That is what I'm expecting. That is what Sierra Leoneans want to know. But let me finish. But if you want to compare, show me one country who side dollar they pay good on.
No, hold on. Look, I know they can. I know. Let's speak because you always they compare when it comes to certain things. You compare America.
That's a good argument. That's how arguments for be.
Okay, so I get it, but the discussion is around the economy. To be specific, during that time where the video where Shabba just played, President Biyo outlined specific things them were really really tough for Sierra Leoneans them and say it go can make them better. not go easy, but go can make them better, which is the bag of rice and all of those things and all of that. He's saying they can work on them. But now, just in 4 years, from 200,000 or 250,000 for a bag of rice, then at that time, now Sierra Leoneans are buying a bag of rice for 600,000 or more if you want a fine, better rice. So now that question, Shabba was trying to make una clarify, say how and dollar rates don't increase as well.
Well, let me correct you.
You think President Bio don't be fair with the people of Sierra Leone when it comes to the economy? You think President Bio be able for effectively and efficiently handle the economy for the past 4 years as to how it did?
Now that's how one can to where you just therefore interrupt me. Let me tell you, see, you just care about the prices, them way to go up, but you don't care for no what's in the cause when the prices here they go up. You don't care to know that. You just say, oh, price don't go up.
But that's the layman thinking.
If you look at
the layman thinking, the grass will just care about the increase.
Let me come in here. If we look at some back comparatively, because when you do an argument, you also get the need for comparative analysis. If you look at how President Kaba left a bag of rice, we President Kuruma come, we not in order for disturbance, it shoots over 170%. It double past that. I think it was 60,000. It go up past that. So if you look at then 10 and there and now back, because now ratio back you want to use for compare, it was not better. But I know a lot of label on that because the president President Bio very aware say it is incumbent on him for do better. It is incumbent on him for do something. Now, me go tell you, say, with all what's in the happen, if not only mitigating measures them, what this government don't put in place, if I don't worst like I did in other countries, if I don't worst like I did in Ghana, if I don't worst like I did in Liberia, if I don't worst like I did in Zimbabwe. Now, but because of the measures, the sound economic measures, then what this government don't do.
So wasn't that the cushion effect where President Bio they do for cushion the economy?
Okay. Now, this are the thing now. First of all, I want you to understand here, President, where rest the can of this country are, 0 taxes on rice. 0. What they tell you? 0. But you know why make it stay expensive? Because people they buy them, yanda, let's say people that plant in Vietnam. People that plant in if not India, then they plant them. What then the people that they plant in what then they bag them, what then they ship them Canada. Idia, Shabba me and here I know say container trade. Where they ship containers, sometimes you don't ship things in there. One container where they come out DMV around that area was like, I don't know, $4,000 around that. Way back before COVID they come. Now container for ship container are then $6,000 to $8,000. From Musami to Seattle, where I ship me things in, I spent $10,500. Government not get any control over that. Government don't get any control over that. Government don't even give money to businessmen them for let them go buy and come. Take taxes off where you come, like the custom duty where they pay. Government pull all land there from. It's still high. Liberia and they come by here so. If you take a look at a bag of rice, a 50 kg bag of rice, this why they talk about salon no more they affect. So it is incumbent on me and you for to also give people them the right information, Shabba. America, you self know say how much they buy basmati? Yes, when a box of rice. Where America they get farmers and they will.
But you know, compare America and
you have so if you're talking about rice, what happened to the Tamabom rice? What happened to the Tamabom rice? Where at least now they go able for be cheaper. Where now inside salon and they make it go cheaper for common people for buy the Tamabom rice.
Miss Davis, let me finish here. I address Shabba. Shabba, you get to understand, say, we get to compare. Because then they are not to Sanoya then they come out. Now overseas then they come out, Shabba. If now something will be the gets now, then then we go say, the government not they put price control in place. But how you go control price with people that we don't farm the rest na Vietnam, they don't bag them, then say I mean, sometimes not do for them for ship and pull another country they can. And I make president, you don't look at say 2023, we coming big on agriculture. Big on agriculture, just like how can big on education. So now next flagship program that is why we need to give him a second chance, because he has a vision. He wants this country to go before. Huge on agriculture investments. If you see the tractors, they don't begin come. But machinery, agriculture, now they embark on 2023.
You know, therefore campaign.
No, but now the facts are they tell people. And this also tell you, say, President, this also tell you, say, you're not able to do everything in 4 years. President Biokam, the first thing we measure him on waiting in the talk. Where can we talk about education? Waiting people in the talk.
So this education where the flagship program and where I mean the SLPP power where all they talk about
what the whole world they talk about.
So so in your own view, well, definitely you get for say yes, but which kind of effect where it don't bring to the lives of the young people where they go to school, especially the young one where they go to college, because there was some time couple of months ago or so when students say want for go to college, and we know what happened. The way I push them, yeah, I mean it was there that it was even difficult for them for pass a common, like, is it an entrance examination for making them go college? It was really difficult, and these are students where even pass clear. Now the is it Becker or SS1? So how can you compare the free quality education? Is it with 100%? Is it reflecting in the lives of the parents and the beginning?
Okay, if you say 100%, it's the quality is 100%, then it's not. I know they can't say you say the quality is 100%. We still got more to do. We want to get hybrid blackboards then. We want to get internet in classrooms. We want to make like all the schools them get one shift. We want to make like all schools them get what? Buses. We want to get highly trained and qualified teachers. Even overseas teachers them for can teach. But lecture, not small. Not small. It's huge. For like you get 22% of your national budget, you spend them on education. Now the highest in Africa. It's huge. Rachel. Now we don't get more picking them, we don't pass, we don't get entrance. Rachel, one thing I will tell you, if you don't know this, these are the facts. The highest picking them we apply for do engineering na Bay College. The engineering faculty are women. More women they get into law now. More women than they go apply for doctors. That exam where you put exam, guess what? Waiting happen. They picking them pass so much that the university is not able to accommodate them. They're not able. They're not getting classrooms because we are measuring that, right? Classrooms are not be there for accommodate them. So what's in the universities then do? Then put exams and for make them difficult for get the best out of the best. But the impact.
So that was the reason. Now making the reason anyway. A lot of them not able for class.
That is one of the reasons then, because they not be get enough classrooms for. You imagine a lot of picking and pass we get the requirements for go college.
So why they not be able for pass now? Where they set the exam for go?
What do you mean they not be able to pass? But who pass? Then just take the amount so they want line and take.
So I mean, why? What's on a plans for extend? I mean, what's on a plan for extend? The school system, the structures and everything, because this is something. I'm coming. This is something where President Biobi say they do within in first term that all secondary would be there 2 shifts. If they go make a 1 shift, that all them will build libraries in all the district. And these are all the promises where President Biobi say he will do within in first 5 years. So what's on the challenges now? What's your challenges? What's your challenges?
Let's be careful how we disseminate information because you won't get weight.
No, but now what's in at the time from what President Bio say?
Okay. President Bio not ever
said anything. I'm just taking from what he run with.
Okay, give me a quote here. We put it on this wall. We are in President Bio say, inside in first term, it will make sure say all picking them go 1 shift. I want you understand, say, where you dey, that's an intention. That is what the president want to do. And if you look at now, a lot of schools now they go to 1 schools because when you want a 1 shift, what you get for build more classrooms than more. Boko picking and they go school now with the free quality education. It make Boko picking and 1 go school. So all them picking and the way they were, let me come. Don't interrupt me when I'm saying something. So me thoughts them. Boko want for go school, Rachel. So if them all the school not able to accommodate them all for one shift, if it's a president, Biono knows say the one shift is not good. It's not. Because that short time before you say the picking and go by 7 or 8 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and off, you don't begin sitting in the street. So there is not enough time for them for really get what they want. So that is why we are working on building more classrooms. Some of them schools they have put more classrooms there, so they will go one shift. Rachel, let me just draw your mind to what? The Obamacare. Yeah? When I start the Obamacare, I believe it be the America. When I start the Obamacare was never perfect, but it was a good idea for letting get people, let everybody get free healthcare services, right? Because other countries in UK, other European countries, people then get access. They get free insurance and get access to healthcare. But America, you know how me and you, they pay for healthcare in America. When Obama came, that was a great idea, but it was never perfect. The first day when they launched the Obamacare, Rachel, it crashed. Me and you did it. Then pull people them with pre-existing conditions, when forget access to them, when not up to now not get access to them. The Republicans, when they can, they repeal them over 94 times. So when you talk of quality is a process. Every day we build on them. Every day we look at this. But don't take it away from us, say, we have more children who are going to school now than before. With a field picking in a school as a reality. We don't extend them to 13 districts across the country, out of 16 districts across the country. We don't train more than 5 teachers of quality training. We don't give them way for the teach them picking here. We don't pin code over 5,000 teachers. Then we get pin code now. Before today, the difference between a teacher and someone who's educated, it's a 2 different thing, Rachel. You can get a bachelor's degree, you can get a master's degree, but you are not a teacher. Because teaching itself, you get to get a degree for it. You get for learn what they call classroom methodology. You get for study behaviors of students. You get certain things that way for no. But first them, like you teachers them will get untrained and qualified. Then get them degrees them, but they are not trained and qualified. When this government don't come, make a finish. When this government don't come, we don't make sure say we give them picking their quality training. Rachel, not a mistake for like United Nations.
All right, I understand, Mike. I mean,
hold on. Not a mistake for the United Nations, the highest body of nations in the world, for call President Bio for talk about education.
I get it. Okay, I get it. But I understand what they talk. It's a good idea. Mr. supports the free quality education. It's a good thing. Whether they want to educate or education in country, I get it. But outside the challenges they now moving forward, because like you say, a lot of people are going to school, a lot of young people are going to school now more. So, but classroom not day, certain things are not there. So what are you putting in place to ensure that the free education becomes quality education?
I just mentioned and say quality is a process. We keep building on it. I don't tell you the gains and we don't make. I don't show you the impacts where it don't happen. We'll talk about what we don't do. We build more classrooms. We don't build more schools in this country. Why the talk about schools? Not only in rural communities. Not chiefdom headquarters. No, they will not get a school. We not get a secondary school. No sign. No, they will not 5 miles radius where school. No, they will don't build it. We don't build a lot of schools. And when you talk about development, Rachel, now we don't look at Freetown as development because people that when they're ready for measures, now Freetown they look at the rural communities. Me na countryman. Maybe you go be Creole, Shabba go be Creole, na Freetown, na Sabi. But being a countryman, the majority of populations of Sierra Leoneans now upline and these are the people who pay taxes. These are the people who are more deprived. These are the people who need help past people themselves where they Freetown. And when you go, President, you don't build schools them. You see the pictures them all over the country. No chiefdom headquarters, no, they will not get a secondary school, a primary school, and in fact, foundational learning will not get daycare or nursery school. So now small. If you take 22%, we're not going to say now education no more. What about agriculture? What about health? What about tourism? What about local government? Other areas and they back. So now small they belong. That is why we need for give them a second chance. Because the vision where it gets for this country, the ideas we get for this country, the ideology we get for this country, now the only way that the Sierra Leone go better. If we get an informed population, we'll get an educated population, everybody go find work for himself, everybody go create their own jobs, and Sierra Leone will be a better place for me and you.
Okay, Fambulem, we're going to open the phone line well after I play this video because we can't talk about the PR system. Please, I will go now 1 more minute. After where I play this video, we'll go open the telephone line and I will put the telephone line at the screen. We talk about we want to make ourselves contribute to with the discussion. So please, stay with me and continue for share the live.
Sierra Leone report is beautiful, but we also hear stated here that there's a major dispute as to representation and how the election will be done. It's obvious. If you speak with one Sierra Leone delegate or two, they will tell you that the political situation they are going towards the election is unstable. There's no need for we to hide anything from each other here. If we in Nigeria discover that there will be no free or fair election, of course we say it out. Because if we say it out, and ECOWAS intervenes, it's helping us. But if we know that there's something that could create problem in the country, and then we come here and sit down and say there's nothing, and something happens, we have lost 2 countries. So
a situation where police are entering parliament to make sure that there is a decorum in parliament means that that country political situation is not stable.
After the August 10 incident, I think that statement need to be rethink and maybe restated, because we know just a few weeks ago there was a situation at the parliament where parliament member had to fight, and like my colleague said, security personnel had to come in. I'm sure we don't want to consider that kind of situation as saying that security situation is stable.
I think there's a grave situation, and this parliament must send a fact-finding mission to Sierra Leone to investigate this major violation. It's not the first time, it's not the second time, it's the 3rd time. The second issue in Sierra Leone is that less than a year to election, Sierra Leone is still trying to change the electoral law. They're still trying to change the election law to work in the favor of the ruling establishment. I think it's quite alarming, and maybe the Sierra Leone delegation need to speak to this again.
On the issue of the election law, the head of delegation was no mention this. That 1 year to the election, you are trying to change the election law. It's not just a law; it's changing the system, where the law obviously affects the system. Now the system is trying to bring into place a proportional representation. But for the short of my political life, proportional representation is done where there are no defined electoral boundaries. And the law of the delegation of Sierra Leone can bear me out of this. If whatever their law say, I will be willing to listen to them. How do you want to move to a proportional representation when there are clearly defined political boundaries, when there are clearly established political constituencies, but yet you want to move to proportional representation as though there are no laws and order? The last time I remember there was proportional representation in Sierra Leone was when the war had just ended. There were no system, there were no laws. I think they did that. Similar thing happened in Liberia, but after recovery now, after all these years, how come you want to move to proportional representation when there are clearly defined political constituencies?
Okay, yes, Mike. Mike, you for the book water today.
I know. So how would you react to those statements made? You know, because this back now a reputable. Pass you not tell me say not a reputable. ECOWAS not a reputable. But
one thing first I would say it's a little biased from when I broadcast. When I don't play Yaya Tunis, because Yaya Tunis talk after that.
Mike.
Yeah, hold on. When Yaya Tunis talk after we all the people because he's the speaker of parliament na ECOWAS. When I see Leone be represented. So if I don't get your own vision and get your own view and get a contrast.
Mike, you can always make reference to that. We will play that, but make reference to that as well.
Let me just come in. First of all, I like for be rhetorical where they answer questions. For argument's sake, let's say the PR system not a good system. For argument's sake, whose benefit where this system will get in electoral system will get, which benefit really it don't bring to we? Which benefit really it don't bring? We don't see a lot of apathy. We don't see a lot of electoral violences when people have lost their life. We don't see people them when are half-baked people them where they go parliament, not a proper representation of the people. We don't see a lot of electoral corruption and poverty within them, same thing there. So this proportional representation, not even SLPP idea, no APC idea. The only thing away because I don't win election. This was the idea. This with a proposal.
So this can prove what gets raised in an APC idea.
It is. Go back and read.
No,
go back and look at their during the time when they made power, some of them propositions and when they make the parliament and all that.
So this PR system, it was APC idea.
It was the idea. It's the how you call them discuss.
But Mike, they're not using
I know me thoughts them where I get I can let go to the point. So let me and you talk. Let's be Sierra Leoneans. One of the things, Rachel, the argument with the proportional representation, not to say in all right to, not to say not to law in the country, not to say Mother Bio just you don't decide saying that this is the do. It is a law in the country. It is within the ambits of our law.
Under which circumstance, under quote unquote, under which circumstances Salon ever use the PR system?
That is why
that's just a question.
Okay, that is why not try to establish that first for viewers and listeners, because a lot of people then if you say President Bill just on the electoral body elections, just and put that law. No. Let people understand, let me and you agree for saying it is a law in our country. For change to proportional representation is within the ambits of the law in our country. President Bio act within the ambits of the law. First thing we establish that. The argument where APC gets, or the people them where they argue on the left we get, let's say, not timely, not at the right time for that, because people will not educate people them on it. We get bandism we already set, and we are not ready as people for that yet. That is the argument. That is why they went to court. And when they went to court, they look at the merits and the demerits. They look at the advantages over the disadvantages, and look at the disadvantages below the advantages. So one of the things that we look at, we don't see how politics don't divide this country. We don't see them, Rachel. How then campaigns there? We don't see people that even when they go to parliament, Rachel, they're not fit for the day. These are on both sides. I know they even look at them saying just APC. All the political parties there. People that they go to parliament based on what? Because sometimes in a popular in the area, sometimes in a youth man, sometimes in a debu, na agbada in the area. Then they take and put on a parliament. So because you get money, you're able to buy voters, then you're able to buy delegates, then they go to parliament. These people, when they go to parliament, they don't even discuss what is affecting their constituencies.
That's it.
No, Rachel, please make an announcement, please, quick, guys. Please, now call me on WhatsApp, please, on WhatsApp, only on WhatsApp. I don't put the number on the screen, please, only on WhatsApp. Thank you. Go ahead.
So we don't see that. All these things you mentioned, say people in the pets in a parliament, now because on the side, the kind of representations the more they get.
All right, Mike, give me chance like come in small. I know say you don't establish that, but what me say one for no is Mike in?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's in also I want for make people them understand or make we understand is Mike in?
Yes, I think I guess some small technical problem. Yes, let's go on.
it talk about, say, the argument is the timing and everything where the APC they complain, or the people on the left. But it is not just the APC or the progressive Sierra Leoneans that are complaining about that, or they are frowning at it. But also with the video where you just play, when the ECOWAS Commission then self gets very strong condemnation on this PR system. And also, Mike, they talk about there as people, the representative, and then na parliament, where they're not even able to articulate issues, where they're not able to talk on behalf of the constituency. But I think so with this PR system makes it worse, because now the party now in they choose who therefore go represent the people. And for example, now Lumley, I don't know how to call that constituency day. Now the party they choose. So just imagine if the party choose the wrong person just because of the person get money, just because of the person get influence, and the party choose that wrong person day and can't go to parliament. Just it makes it worse, because I mean, I don't know what's Mike's argument, but that makes it worse. Where now the party get for choose rather than the people of Sierra Leone.
We go come back and play Tunisian video from Mike coming.
Sierra Leone. You know, any country going into elections, whether it is a first world country or it is in a third world country, there must be some tensions because of politics. Because people are fighting for power. They are fighting for power. I'm not the security man like Honorable Zago. But I can tell you that Sierra Leone, the kind of political tolerance that we have in Sierra Leone, trust me, we don't have it in most countries, because I would not say anywhere else. Sierra Leone is the only country, as I speak to you, Madam Speaker and honorable members, we do not have any political detainees. None. Zero. There's no way we'll be in a country where politics is so bad and you still don't have any political detainees. No way. We all know that. We are all politicians. We know that very well. But we don't have it in Sierra Leone. The problem...
When Mike comes, we will play the old video. We'll get callers then before Mike they come in, because Mike gets some technical problems. But make we go to take one or two calls them. Hello?
Yes, good evening.
Yes, good evening. What's your name? What's your call from, please?
It's a concerned citizen, my brother.
Uh-huh.
I want to tell you that plenty thank you for accommodating this Berewa studio. I really, a lot of comments, people in the talk say the questions there. When I look the scared Panam, I don't understand. This guy is blatantly in a lie. You understand? And he control the conversation, like saying that you platform. You understand? He talk say, in the compare America with Sierra Leone, wake up and good team. Wake up because if you say things are difficult in Europe or America, you understand? But the government, the economy, they put economic policies the way they make people really feel the effect. We all know say the Ukraine and other things they make economic go. And these people are not honest people. They say for go to austerity. In fact, they are not. I don't know which kind of economic terminology. They are only above austerity. But because Anes was honest, austerity.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you. Yeah, you can call me on WhatsApp. We get some small difficulties when it comes to connection with Mike Berger, but he can still call and contribute on the conversation. I think I got another call when they come in. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's your name? What's your call from, please?
I call from Sierra Leone. Is I know what they talk.
Yes, Mr. Noah. How are you, sir? What's your take on conversation here?
Let God bless bless you all.
Thank you very much. You
get 1 minute. You get 1 minute, Colin.
I know for being lost. I really surprised that you swear, when Florence Native swear nothing. You go like, this is American person. Like, but I really disagree against him. I really suppress against what he talk. That man is not a human being.
All right, Scholar, let's stick on the issue.
We're not there for attack any. We're not there. We're not there. Sorry, guys. We're not there for attack anybody now. You know, please don't go straight to the point. If you get question for Ask My Begawa, and also what will be discussed now, you get to comment. That's fine. But we're not there for attack anybody now. Please. Hello, what's your name? What's the call from, please?
Yeah, they call from Germany.
Yes, what's your name, please?
Name James.
Yes, James, you get 1 minute, please.
James Selai. I really want to talk to Michael Berra.
Yes, you got 1 minute.
Okay. First of all, he talk about education business, free education. I get me picking right now for the college. We then see for pay 1 year. We now 8 million. Okay. So every day, 100,000 transport for just go for the college. You know. So which is the free education now? I know you understand. I'm going to take down.
Okay, thank you very much, caller. We'll get 5 more calls before we come to Mike Begawa. Yes. Hello, caller. What's your name and who's the call from, please?
Me and concerned citizens are the call from Bo.
Yes, miss. Yes, sir. Go ahead. You got 1 minute.
Yeah. Not so surprised for Mike Begawa, they sit down and they lie, they quit lie so. They don't they lie saying and they lie making facts and don't come push stamp office so you know really understand nothing about. So not so surprised at all. One thing about the people there, from where they begin want this power and a lie. So nobody know the panel where they talk to. From the head to the tail, they're all lie man, and they're not honest. And at this dishonesty, they use Sierra Leone and the way they can take governance. I just pray and hope that Sierra Leone will get sense. But not to the people, you are nothing, not the panel pass or lie, thief.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Look where they talk at the place.
Thank you very much.
The program for people able to understand. So
thank you, Miss Sister. Thank you very much. We'll get another call. We'll get 4 more calls. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, please. What's your name? What's the call from, please?
Yeah, this is a concerned citizen from Maryland.
Yes, please.
We just want to talk about 2 things there. Where where he mentioned.
Right.
And first one, he talk about agriculture, where they want to make black sheep program for the next election because they want to use as campaign. But I'm listening to one of the worst things and the way Madabio, whether it was a debate or whatever occasion we be there, publicly he condemned the way APC, arrest them, they sell and then send it. It may concern like people, Chalonians, they not deserve for buy rest and tenancy. If you know student tenant, the rest be expensive. So why now you want for the excuse say, oh, now overseas then they commodity people like for pay and tax, then go for ship. It's a way honest within a power, not overseas rest they come out. Then 2, I don't know this education, whether they talk about, I don't know how they feel about themselves. Whether they talk about free quality education, we don't drop with country. Imagine me sister sit, he register for exam, result not even come up. You don't even take the exam because you not be well. Results come up.
Thank you.
Quality education.
Thank you very much, brother. Thank you for your call.
All right, thank you so much, Kala.
We'll get to get more calls. Then we'll come to Mike Begawa. What's your name, please? What's where you call from?
Good evening, sir. My name is Mr. F. I call from Holland.
Yes, sir. You're live on the program.
Brother Shabba, please. You too dull for ask this man questions. You too dull. You might ask questions than you. And I'll be expect you too. To God, that man, I invite him, but I can any question, and for ask a question, he answer.
Immediately we don't answer the question, ask about the question. Not for moderate the place. So that's the first take. The second take is when they had to take power. I'm not going to meet $1 the exchange rate being now salon. That's number 2. When they take power, almost for 1 liter fuel. The price for 1 liter fuel. That's not 2. Number 3. What is the price of 1 bag rice during the time when it 2018? And all the question I get for them. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Yes, we get another call. Yes, hello. I don't say the call from, please.
Yeah, they call from the United States.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Well, at the listing of program, I get few years the way we want just contribute to.
Quickly, please. You got 1 minute.
Yeah, normally they defend the PR system. Am I right? Because you see the 3 legislature where we get a salon way for the separate entity. Any government really in power is like they own the judiciary. Because the constitution have them quota for being this PR system, they rig them. But if the judiciary say they get right for do them, that means, we constitution need to revise because there are a lot of ways and means where any particular power they take advantage on. I blame APC because they don't correct that mistake, but because themselves they feel say that a loophole for them as advantage, now the price and the pay so now.
Thank you very much.
Africa, yeah.
Thank you very much. Let me take 2 more calls, please. You can call me on WhatsApp. We'll take WhatsApp call. What's your name, please? And who's the call from?
Hello. Concerned citizen.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
You got 1 minute.
May God bless our motherland. Before I left Sierra Leone during the election, I just had advice quick. I get something that make people vote wisely because we all know that there is one thing in Sierra Leone for put somebody in a position that is not supposed to handle. I don't know if that's true, say, Madam, you don't build schools, them, whatever I do. But I want people to recap and look to from when Madam Bio begin as a presidentship up till now, how the country like if there is peace. It's like people can mistake marrying the wrong woman. The home will never be at peace. Sierra Leone is crumbling. So I advise the people to vote wisely, because if it's a leader type, we will know how to lead. Things will not be hard. Confusion will not be. Killing will not be. Things will not be hard.
Thank you very much.
People should vote wisely.
Thank you very much.
You'll get a job. Yeah.
Thank you very much for your call.
Right.
The very last call for now. What's your name? What's the call from, please?
Yeah, Shabba, this is a concerned citizen.
Yes, go ahead.
First things first, I think because my get some history, but I don't listen to our program, so something I make it free for you. You look the scared today for changing mind. You understand? Then my quick question for you. You talk about good quality education. Whose school the president in Peking they attend? You talk say parliamentarians and they will not fit for be parliamentarians. You come up from a total different field from communication. At least you several times on TV, you defend say inside you RN model or module, whatever thing you do, you get communication. You self know say communication and communication. And that position will then give you a very big position for communication. So not tell parliamentarians and say no fit. You self not fit for the USA so. When they see with the suffer, when they see not also they see when they see with the suffer, you still, if you will actually comment in the comment section and even by your page, people continuously they bash you, say you lie. And most times they say you always you talk about Google. No compare American salon. Shabba within America, gas go $505.10. You don't cannot say 2 something. You cannot say 30, I think 305 or 307 around L'Oreal here. And I want to say to the mommy, thank you today. If you are Alexander, you up today. Because Shabba, I want to come up. This man, I'm not afraid of him. He's not taking boss here around.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
All right, let Mike go to respond to the question, and then we can go back to the PR system.
Before Mike come in, I just offer me this to publicly. Today, only as we set up the program, also yes. Since Mike began kind of this platform, I always get bad name for Mike. See, me they encourage Mike, he talk too much or whatever, but you know, put the friendship aside, but today only that's how we set up the program. So and I'm for making our things, maybe I just be quiet. So now thank you very much for our comments in many ways.
Well, the thing is, Shabba, let me just go straight to the point. All your callers and we call, everybody gets a own point. Like I say, opinions are not facts. People get rights for then the settlements, people get right for vex. I'm just glad that now only one caller, I'm very disappointed that we personally try to attack me. But only one them will make them points. It's fine. I will address the ones more I feel to able address if I remember all because a lot of calls can come. The first thing, one caller, you know, so I don't go off the line first. I come back because of technical issue. One caller talk about the one meets up talk about free quality education, saying picking the university, which free quality education that. I will let this caller know because a lot of misinformation that they have there say the free quality education now from primary to secondary, enough meet college. The only one them way President Bio extend olive branch to the college. Now the girl picking where they do STEM, what's in a STEM, where they do science, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. The one where they study that discipline, they are free for you if you're not girl picking. But the free quality education now from primary to secondary. So everybody where they primary school, where they secondary school, not they pay school fees. Then on one side and one for address. The second thing for address, somebody talk about agriculture. They say because we go into elections, why now not the flagship program for agriculture? Why President you not start with that? Well, agriculture, self-agriculture, you need people that will land book. President you look at a visionary president. The first thing where any country, what you make Shabba me and you say that America, we say all day, because I still see America as home. Say, if you not learn book way they under, you suffer. If you not learn skills way they under, you suffer. If you not learn trade way they under, you suffer. There is a difference between people that will learn book, people that will learn skills, will learn trade, and people that will not learn nothing within America. People that say I like to compare America and Salon. Yes, because I want to get the standard side. Quick thing, we don't say, look here, now how would this happen, now how would it? But the ones and separate they call, even though no one show the name, and they say,
oh, Mike, you compare American GDP and Sierra Leone GDP?
Well, you know, they compare, comparatively, you know, they compare, when you want to look at terms and conditions, you know, they compare GDPs, not also the measure that. You can measure that. With a look of the reason why I'm not for even compare America and Salon. I'm for able to compare Salon and Ghana or look at Salon, because no country know the way the GDP not the same way. So if comparatively they talk, the reason why they call America now because I want to let the standards go high.
But Mike, yeah. I'm glad the way you make reference to America. You know what you do?
Yes.
Because when we put pressure on government, where it comes to the economy, we all say, "Oh, look, America, the economy this, the economy that." But the presidents where we get now, they do all. Excuse me, hold on. They do everything within empower the economic policies the way it lay for cushioning the effect so that we as within America will not go feel and too much. Again, I'm glad the way you make reference to America, but when it comes on certain things, no one for make or government, not even SLBP, but government no one for make we use that threshold when it comes to democracy, when it comes to the rule of law. When it comes to human rights, no one follow will make that threshold they use America. But when it comes to them here, they make reference to America.
Rachel, allow me to finish the callers then question that address them concerns. Then I'll come back. Right. So that person where they talk about agriculture, say now why would they count agriculture? Yes, we start with education. And not only there, the facts are there. The records are there. Like, you know, agree with and facts are facts. Fact does not cease to exist because it's ignored or it's denied. The truth says Sierra Leone a model where African countries are for use for education. Recently, the foundational exchange, foundational learning summit, where countries and come from, a lot of countries and come from Africa, where we just hosted like 4 days ago. We see Sierra Leone President Bio in the UN Secretary General of the Sudan, they talk about education of the world. So these are facts. These are facts. Like facts. It's not what you want me to argue. Not to, if you don't like President Bio.
We get a lot to talk about before we round up. Yeah.
You don't want me to address the people that
No, I mean, I'm just saying let's move on quickly because we get some things that we need to cover.
And the other one talk about dollar. The other one talk about dollar exchange go up. In some of my previous comments, my previous submissions, I make very clear. I say, waiting we they do as government, waiting we getting measures the more they put for cushioning the economy. I say President Bio very aware of what's go on. President Bio not happy with what's go on, but President Bio is doing a lot. This government they do a lot for make sure say this burden come up for people. No government's not the way it wants for letting people then suffer. This government is doing a lot. I make mention of that. And I even throw the challenge to you, say, but the dollar they appreciate all sides of the world. The dollar and the pound now 1 to 1. The dollar and the euro. The dollar they appreciate now in the world because of this Ukrainian thing. Whatever thing that they do on Wall Street, it's working for America.
So what's in that Ukraine and what's in that the connection with Ukraine and the way our salon economy don't go down so and people then barely get 1 meal a day? What's the connection? Can you establish that connection?
Rachel, are you really asking that question?
I'm asking because people are want for no. It's not me. You are talking for the people of Sierra Leone.
This is not something. This is a question. Even a layman knows that.
No. It's your responsibility to educate us. Educate we.
No, you know that. Don't
educate we. What's the connection between the Ukraine? Because everything that Ukraine, how Ukraine they affect the economy of Sierra Leone, how Ukraine they affect the bread and butter of Sierra Leone, how Ukraine they affect that, because we've had that a lot from your government.
Let me just establish this. You very well know, see, Ukraine, the highest producer of wheat, right? You also know, say, Russia, now one of the highest producer of oil. You know that, right? You know that thing. They talk to you. Now you ask question. I need. I don't
listen. I'm paying attention. I'm just looking at the messages.
We listen to you, Mike.
I listen.
If I also know, say the world is interconnected. You get to call chain distribution of goods. I even give you an example, simple example where the layman self can understand. I'll tell you about. What would they put now cargo to other country? Nothing. We know they export nothing. Salon, nothing, not what they export to. All thing akai they come. Take to soft drink in this country in akai they come. Take to rest when I was staple food in akai they come. How this staple food they come? I explained to you in simple layman terms, Rachel. They asked me about that. I tell you, say, for instance, the oil ship them where they come to Salon. They're not they get mask line where they come, they get CSC where they come, they get like 4 ship where they come in a month. That ship then they come again because of oil shortage, because of lack production done low, because of change distribution is affected. A lot of them factors in there. So one great ship, if now they come inside 3 months, if now one great ship they come where they come out Asia, where they pass China, go to goods them, where then they can't sell here, the ship they put in price up. It just start like simple terms. If you come aboard, they go Makeni. If Boku transports the Boku motoka the way they go Makeni, of course, transport they come down. Now demand and supply. Transport, but if now one great motoka no more they go Makeni, of course that motoka they get for instance.
No, but Mike, you don't answer me question. Maybe I don't.
How you want to make an answer?
No, listen, how Ukraine connect right now? Ukraine. I'm being specific with Ukraine. You know why I'm being specific with Ukraine? Because whenever your government is asked about the economy, the increase of fuel prices, and all of those things, they make reference to Ukraine. So I want to make you educate we or the layman. If you listen to the phone calls, them they are concerned about the bread and butter.
You got to be willing to be educated. You got to be willing to be educated.
Well, it depends on what you educate me with. So
you already get
connect.
That's why I said if you want to get a conversation, you got to allow me to land. Even the questions the way your audience don't ask out of respect, I'm able to address all it that you don't jump into. Ask me another
because we don't have too much time.
But if you don't want me to address them, just say I should ignore them. That's fine. Then I will answer.
Okay.
I'm going to answer the questions the way they ask.
Okay,
but
Mike.
Una ask, you take past how many callers in question. I need to address that. So if I address that, then you ask a question. So that's why I say, if you know what I answer, then I ignore them, I can ignore them back. That makes it easier for me. And I can answer your own question. I don't make it clear, say, Ukraine, how Ukraine contributes to the world, how Russia they contributes to the world, how this not affects the whole world. Everybody now, America, most of the money then they spend now na the war na Ukraine and Russia. I don't tell you, stop making your head like that. It's like
because you said that the war. How did it affect Salon? Mike, I'm not talking about the war. I'm talking about Sierra Leone. How did it affect Salon? That's what I'm concerned about.
Sierra Leone is a developing country. Right?
This is what I'm saying. Let's be specific.
Everything where they affect America, will affect other countries then. When Sierra Leone is part of United Nations, Sierra Leone is part of the global economy, it affects Sierra Leone. Yeah, I explained to you in literal, simple terms for let your audience them understand. We talk about trade. I tell you, side goods they come out where they come now, the factors are more responsible. How Russia they play with how Russia contributes to that. How Ukraine contributes, but you don't want to accept. You just want to get the argument back and forth. Anyway, let's just address them people that are concerned. And go back, the other person talk about dollar exchange rate. I'll turn it back to you, say the dollar they appreciate all over the world. Let person show me one country whose dollar they go down. One country no more, whose dollar they go down. Whose dollar no they go up. Let person show me one country whose the dollar price no they go up, the dollar no they go up. So that address. The other person talk about peace, say peace no this alone. But Sierra Leone, they're among the 4th countries. Then the peace index will just come on. Sierra Leone is they're among the 4th peaceful countries in Africa, in West Africa. Yeah, to be very precise. Now I make investors in the Ghana this country. Now I make the Suma Group take $270 million for kind of investment in this country. What do you call? Where 1 cent on the day. It take trust. It take leadership. It take connection. It take freedom. It take a free business space, it take peace for let anybody take them kind of money and they for kind investments alone. Then the person talk about say which school the president in Peking they go. But why you need for asking question? Donald Trump in America, not to private school in Peking they. Not to host that they can't in Peking. Obama in Peking them, they go in public schools. You have to also understand say there's a lot of security reasons that we attached to that. That not mean say the education system not good. The president not saying you get a lot of ministers that when they go government schools. Yeah, Francis Benkala where they fed corruption and picking and where should they go? They say every day where they share on social media. So that is not a merit. That's not an argument. A lot talk on issues and where they affect people. All that me want to let people understand at this here and at this platform say the issue was Sierra Leone the face now a global issue. Why Rachel and Shabba will not need for talk that day? When they talk like saying because of bad policies. Now, because of bad governance, now you don't make things don't triangle and salo. No, it's interconnected. America, America, it affects people. They don't let people they offer America. Where COVID come, people they not business is not shut down. They not give money to people them for revive them back. Some businesses are shut down. They don't ever come up again.
Okay, Mike, what we going for do? We believe say yes, we go for get you back because right now we run out of time and.
I'm not ask about the airport too. That was fine mini airport.
Well. Nadia last week the canal, and also we go allow maybe 4 calls before we close.
Okay.
Yeah. But before Shabba, please, can I come in before we get the call? I just want to ask Mike quickly because time not there, like you say. I just want to ask and I know say of course that the airport issue they cancel last, but I just want to make we look at the human rights situation now Salon because one of the caller they raised concern say there is no peace in Sierra Leone and all of that, and we see the U.S. embassy the human rights report. I think was it last year or so, and we don't see the so many killings the happen in Sierra Leone, whether it's illegal or legal. We see so many things where they happen in Sierra Leone, countable incidences of killings and so many things. What's in you take? What's the status
like which
of
killings?
the human rights? What's the status of the human rights situation in Sierra Leone? as a government?
Rachel, go back to the MCC report. That is an authoritative fact. That's not a measurable indicator. We want to talk about Salone on human rights. Yeah, you go back
from the government point of view. I don't want to go to MCC. I want us to be practical. I want to be practical. Yeah.
But a government point of view at the GISU. I say MCC, that you say government. Government.
So anything you got for reference me to the MCC?
Yes, because these are the facts. Not what you they talk, not what me they talk at the two. Now, what's in the facts say? What's in the authoritative institutions and say about Salone? Yeah, you can be biased in your opinion, all right? It can possibly say a lot of people then will say you more the side with APC. Well, a lot of people say Shabba.
I don't think honest truth, Mike. Let me address this. Let me address this right now. This platform. I don't really care. I don't really care about. Hold on. I don't really care about what people then say. It's about my conscience. It's about my conscience. APC kind of power today. I will ask them the same question where people are afraid for ask them. I will do that. It's about my conscience. So I don't really care about what people say about me. The fact remains is they're in governance and we need for asking the tough questions then.
Calm down a little bit, Rachel. And
no, I'm just saying.
I support that also because that's the beauty of democracy. Yeah, we all know for the one side. We all voices them for be heard. We all, President Bio create a space where everybody gets right for talk. That is why no political prisoner are not in a jail. That is why
no political prisoner are not in a jail right now.
Yes, name one no.
Oh, Kamaremba is who?
Is he a political prisoner? Rachel, are you really asking that?
No, Kamaremba is who? He's a head of a political party.
No, he's not. You know what they call a political prisoner?
Oh, hold on. Kamaremba is the head of a political party.
You don't ask me.
For whichever, now that you don't bring Kamaremba, for whichever reason, Kamaremba, the government, all and for, then we don't bail him. So why is he still in prison?
Rachel, be very careful how you put down your.
Kamaremba is a political prisoner. How do you educate me on that?
For Christ's sake, he's not a political prisoner.
So he's what?
Kamaremba was arrested on the charges of rape. We rape Peking.
So has he been proven guilty?
The proceedings they're on.
But I mean, let me get bail.
You know, they
follow because they don't get bail. Then we don't get bail. What happened?
Then they give you bail. If you don't meet bail conditions, you are still going to be there.
So that means say, let's establish the fact here. That means say, Kamaremba not be meets the bail.
Are you going to allow me to say something?
No, but I just want to establish the fact. That means say, Kamaremba not be reach the bail.
You know they allow me for talk.
Okay.
Really allow me for talk. I don't know if that's strength.
No, it's not strength. I just want to make. Let we educate the public.
No, you have to allow me.
Go ahead, my girl, please.
Because if you keep interrupting, you interrupt my thoughts. Then waiting people want for Yeri. You know what I'm political prisoner, Rachel?
Educate me.
Somebody wouldn't hold on political grounds. Wouldn't put in a prison because of political grounds. Not a political prisoner. Yeah? Kamaremba is not a political prisoner. Yeah, he was held, he was arrested, he was detained on the premise of what? A rape. The evidences were there, the Peking testify, the Peking family testify. If you say, well, an opinion, because of politics, I make them keep, and that's the thing. That's
my opinion. I'm just
that's what is there.
Yeah, that's what is there.
Waiting at the facts, then hold on because of rape. Now that in crime we get today, if you Google Kamaremba in prison, waiting they come up na rape charges, they come against her. So the reason why they tell you if President Bio not a good president, enough for even repeal the laws then they. When you look at ruling justly, according to what the MCC report say, political rights, we pass them, civil liberties, we pass them. Control of corruption, we pass them. Rule of law, freedom of information, we pass them. Now, only this government, Rachel, where they see people, they sing the way that they don't cost president and first lady. Nobody know the way they over all of them put in a jail because of it. Presently they cost. Now, during APC time, we see Peking, one lady, where just forward a text message, just a WhatsApp message.
When you see my clown counter, you say me the argument because that's untrue. That is not true. That statement we make is not true.
What's the
saying that only the president and Korma in term than the old person because it costs
so you not
president
ever know, you not ever know say a college a FPC student when I a female student.
So with this government, and not nobody whether cost president or first lady or the government.
No, they don't cost the way then they cost the president. The way
Mike,
cost don't they?
Sorry for coming, guys.
When they interrupt me,
we run out of time.
The way let me just finish this.
Yes,
the
please.
Way cost don't they? The way President Bio tolerant. The way, but if this man not tolerant, they repeal the criminal libel law. Because that's not a huge law than the way they hold anybody. Yeah, if you want for really hold political prisoners and on that, President Bio nine pull law say nobody not for dying in prison. They kill anybody. Nine puller, death penalty, a remover. When you want for torture, now only this government you don't see them charge somebody for treason. Then charge then free and back. Paulo Conte. Now only this government ever, when I say treason, that is the highest offense you commit in any land. Anybody when they charge for treason, then they left them back. They go through the court proceedings, they left them freely. Now only not ever happen at any side of the world. Now only this government and they happen. So you can't take that away from him. Yeah, I don't care how you feel about it. I don't care if you don't want to believe it. Like I said, facts does not cease to exist because it's ignored. But what me try to tell everybody here with they listen, you don't have to agree with me. You don't have to accept what I'm saying. The reason why I come here now for share the facts. President Bio is the only president who get vision for this country. Nobody know the way get a solution. Nobody. So we economic problems and where they come. They already talk about facade. Yeah,
Mike, as we close now, we will get take more calls then. But family go on for no the another notes where President Bio and over to former President Kuruma over to President Bio. This Mama airport meeting. What to make this government not continue this Mama project?
Okay, good question, Shabba. I was waiting for that question. I'll be wondering HL asking that question because anyway, they ask them with a little bit of attitude they're gonna make.
Yeah,
so I like that part of her. But anyway, the key difference between the Mama project and this project, Shabba, where I want like audience listen, where a lot of people that when they share information, they share that. Now, the Mama project, now loan for take. Go for pay back and bill loan than a trust for trust. This project, government nothing, nada, 1 cent government not getting it. Now, like when investor, the kind of the highest investment is, and a lot of people they want to talk say this for this country, government don't come, no investment, no kind of this country, investors don't come. Where this is not the highest investment ever in the history of
How?
Because it is a BOT model. It's called build, operate, and transfer. Waiting than they mean Shabba. It means say the people that they count the money, then build, then run them for some time, then transfer, give government. But Shabba, all over the world, let me come. All over the world, we want the services in Sierra Leone. America, the government of America not get even reach 9% of institutions and business entities then. Everything is private owned. The hospitals are owned by missions. The schools are private owned. The universities are private. The trade companies are the biggest and I call them companies. IBM, Facebook, LinkedIn, you name them. I call them Apple. These are not owned by government. So in good governance, now when you create a space wherein people come invest. So this we airports what we don't do.
So the new airport on an extension, which one? No, just establish that.
What do you think?
No, it's not what I think.
I just want to get your view first.
No.
What do you think?
No.
Okay, this airport. I don't
now,
want
government, you tell me what you wanna do. Okay, the airport on an extension.
This airport is a new airport where they come with a VIP presidential terminal, a new air traffic control tower, a new parallel taxiway, a new cargo terminal, a new search and rescue. No, listen to me. A new park, a reconstruction, and the only thing we'll reconstruct and resurface not the existing runway. because they don't want to create other runway. Then it come with a new fuel farm and an establishment of 1.5 megawatt solar farm. Now in this airport, and this also they say, go there, go see. This not to say that Tina book they go there now. Always I don't talk so. If not to end the day.
So Mike, quick one, please. Quick one, please. How you going to differentiate? We see Freetown International Airport outside, or inside the airport to see Suma Airport.
Inside Suma Airport, Shabba.
Inside the airport.
No, Shabba, the thing right, it's a big one.
So who are the Suma company? Who is Suma company?
Suma Group, I think it's a Turkish company where they build airports around the world, where they invest around the world.
So it's a Turkish company.
Yeah, it is a Turkish company. As a Turkish company. Yeah, if I'm
so how these developments don't benefit the people?
Thank you, Rachel.
How the benefits the people?
Okay. How the development benefit people them first? When they come, you know how many people them first they employ around that lungi and no way they work for building airports. Suma come na engineers and then count too. They knock out people that want to do hard labor. So they employ a lot of Sierra Leoneans and we work there. Then after that, what they done, the Sierra Leoneans and they work at the airports, they don't employ them all. And then they train them back. Then they give the training where they meet up international standards. Not so like that first time. Train them, they meet up international standards, that's a help. Then also this new airport, you forget a lot of shops them there. You forget a lot of shopping centers where people then will get markets and where then will they sell it. Then this new airport bag for open ways for the planes them back, they come more as alone. And in fact, the latest that way they happen, it open Lunge. Because Lunge now people that they see people that they try for build hotels and they people.
So they're not sacking nobody, not sack the workers them, nobody was sacked, everybody was
what then come, you know, say when business come, Rachel, if you get a business, you take over a business, you know that better. You know, so the first thing we do, you get for do an overhaul, not so. You get for sack everybody for Sweden.
I don't know about that. You know, you get
okay, but these are basic things where everybody follow. Like if you take over a business, of course you get for do an overhaul.
Okay, Mike.
Not to sack. No, when I finish,
yeah,
you get for redundant people. Where you redundant people then sign a new contract with the terms and conditions of this new man.
Were these people paid? Then people who are redundant, then pay them. Yeah, I mean everything was paid, benefits and stuff like that.
Rachel, all that has been addressed. In fact, among one of the conditions with the government and SUMA, now for incorporate all the people them way they na the existing, I call them airport way they for bring them all over. The one that will not get capacity, then train them. Yeah, because you get a lot of people then back where they work like that, they will not get the capacity, they not get the required training. We for meet ITS standards, they don't know about airport management. But the good thing is, SUMA, they bring experts. In fact, as I tell you, so the training is there on now. When they train people there. So this is good for Sierra Leone. Even when you just know one for Ghana airport, we are lights there. It's fine. You go take pictures there. You go relax. So you wait for.
So like the airport, some of the lights not there at the country. Airport, some of there.
But you don't see how we don't electrify saloon. You know the CC who
Okay, guys, we run out of time. I will take 4 calls and then we end the program. 4 calls.
Yeah, I'll try to end this. Let me say my last word. I'll try to end this.
Yeah, just 4 calls. No matter 4 calls, please, Mike, please. You could tell me what's your name and who's you call from. Hello, caller. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello, Shabba.
Yes, please. What's your name? Who's you call from, please? You got 1 minute.
Me not concerned citizen.
That concerned citizen, yeah.
I just get few concerns there. Based on waiting, I don't hear my bell. I don't see.
Yes, please.
One most important thing we make you always say to people we day before we come see now honesty. I feel like my bear, I not to insult, but he ain't not honest. But most of the things them way they say. One question I will ask how other countries in the come out come as salon where they come, but they can study the mechanism of passing them of corruption, because I see low level of corruption at the country. And one way they able for study a country in corruption mechanism and for see things that they leverage well at the country. I really want to show me prove how other countries they don't come out outside for study corruption at the country.
Thank you.
That's all. Thank you.
Yes, so I can call me on WhatsApp. I get 3 more calls. 3 more calls. Hello?
Yes, Shabba, how you doing, Shabba?
Not bad, bro.
How you doing, Mama? Shabba, please, I just want to make a statement relating to Mike Bewa. His statements they really make in media.
1 minute, please.
Yeah, thank you, Shabba. These statements we Mike Bewa make to this man of company. Me and this are talking. I know they are talking for good 10 years. This group of companies we Mike Bewa they talk to. Now is scammer. We even the Turkish government not even get a sum contract for two. Clear. I want to ask Mike Bewa now. We should also receive the public. Bewa say this project we some group of companies. The person at parliament approve. Mike Bewa say that they deceive the public. Mike Bewa they pay you come na salute for catch up. You sometimes have said this country no get confidence at all. The America, the way they compare with Salon, so they're better. The England, they're better. So now we left this same statement. My boy was you to fly weekly.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now, in rights for the anyway, in rights. Hello, family. What's your name? Where you call from, please?
My name Marie Kuwait. Thank him. This time, Mrs. Bangura. But they are one on a big Mike Bewa, for the life, who don't try the lie. For what they can lie. You only they ask a question. It's to go ask MCC. Now MCC did on a platform on a Mike Bewa did it. Why don't for the look this how we they do them bad theater we go. We vote for people for cow. Not for when they can ask you question. When they ask a question, they go ask you, must go ask MCC.
Thank you very much. We get 2 more calls. Yes, what's your name, please? Outside the call from?
Yeah, I call from UK, Joe.
Yes, Joe.
Yes, for me personally, this interview I'm actually no need for because it's just the same thing over and over. And the other point where I like is that Rachel, a host, or you ask the man a question like you attack the man. Whether it's not nonsense the man they talk, not get a chance later talk, then we the watch and listen, okay, we understand. There are a few questions where callers they ask the man, will not get a chance for answer the question. So now that name me, I liked.
Thank you very much, caller. We'll get the very last call. Very last call for today. Hello, please. Hello? Hello? We get the very last caller. If this caller call from Freetown, we'll give you 100,000 for your data. Hello? That's how you call from?
I call from Sierra Leone.
Okay, I will give you 100,000 tomorrow for your data because you're a very last caller today. You will text me your name, you will send the money for you tomorrow, yeah?
Thank you very much, brother. I just want to go straight to Mike Bewa and see the statements that we make. Like the same statements to young people who they come. And they talk about MCC. We know how the Million Corporation Challenge, how do they do they import them? Clear? The IFA to Kuruma we did this so. Now this present government is sponsor them. Now then they fund them. In the other words, now they back out to evidence them. Mike Bewa is smile and see and we deceive people. Clear the other caller they call see the Richard level attack them. Richard affiliate to the issues that say Mike Bewa forcefully deceive the public. And they talk about Turkish conman. Let Mike Bewa tell me now Usai Parliament approve Suma group of company for can put that tool terminal. You got a terminal, we all know. Let Mike Bewa left for deceive people for God to sick. If you compare Salon with other countries economy, this Salon they supposed to get confidence. Investors they come. Now some group of company you compare with investors they black scam in past years. Some group of company don't talk in past almost years. Even the guy project. Not until and unless we matter be
okay, thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much.
You see?
Thank you very much. Okay, yeah. Yes, Mike.
Yeah, all right.
Shabba for mute, not for mute. Shabba for mute.
Hold on. Sorry, we'll get one more call. We'll get somebody we call, say one for talk to Mike Begawa, where himself now government person. It will be the last call, please. Hello.
Hello, Shabba and Mr. Richard, thank you guys for allowing me for talk. And Mike, this is not her own Zubairo. And Mike, I do want to explain to her. And the people, when I know they like them, they let them big buzzword there, they let for spell excellence a bit talk. You know, yeah, and they talk about BOT, build, operate, and transfer. We problem the thing first, then the way on how they go about this plan. The Turkish particular company we come now register, they not to them come on Russia, and then people and they problem them today. When you come to Sierra Leone, then they take a picture. If they come with drugs, they come with weapon. Nobody of Sierra Leone will know today. We continue at risk because of this. Wait to make my mama the best thing ever happen. We get overpopulation now, well over 2 million people in urban and rural.
You got 1 more minute, Arun. Please.
Take people from now only Sierra Leone where you go for crosswater, we do not airport. Why airport get for the pass crosswater?
Now what are the Namio?
I got a question what they say. If you take the people who are going to Mama, it will take well over 200,000 people who will go under, you will give a create job for them, hospital, road, and infrastructure, and less traffic now return. So when they talk about this, they talk about innovation, it's just only $300 million. So that's a drop in the bucket. That's not a better money. So when Mike then they talk there, so we are ready for this fight when the election comes.
Thank you very much, Arun Zubairu.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Arun Zubairu. Yes, Mike.
If I can address some of the questions. The first
5 minutes.
You time me now, I'm a host.
Because they wrap up now.
No, if they wrap up, if time not the next time, will not call me. I mean, if you don't get me on time.
Go on, please, Mike.
Allow me. First of all, this person say, I don't know what any person will talk about, say low level of corruption. It gets me confused. Say there is low level of corruption now in Sierra Leone. He's right. There's low level of corruption now in Sierra Leone. And like, yes, me and a person will argue. Argument for based on references. You know, they argue because of argument. You know, so that's we come here today. If Rachel says something, myself says something, Shabba says something, myself says something, where reference not there, somebody not there for cut the case, Tino there for points par, the argument's not go down. Where you gonna cut certain evidence, neither they take for court case. So if we are having a conversations, why are they referred to the MCC report? Are they referred to other things? Now for let you know, say not to me one day talker, not from me multi they come out. Now from other side, I just bring the attention there. The first thing I want for establish, one call the talk about say MCC, I call them the Suma group na scam and do I don't know who side gets done there from. But what I read from the web right now is say the Suma group get vast experience in airport construction, tourism, and housing. They don't do infrastructures na Kigali, the Kigali Arena na Rwanda na Denduam, the Blaise Dange International Airport na Senegal, one of the biggest airports na Senegal na Denduam, the Radisson Blue Hotel na Libya na Denduam, then the Dakar Conference Center na Senegal na Denduam. So where they talk about saying a scam group, you know side get, but the fact is the airports don't belong, they did. People that wouldn't go and they see them, we 1 cent to know the day. But the difference then between that loan will go take Shabba, even the loan where APC one go take for go bill now, Mama Airport. IMF condemn them, World Bank condemn them. When I talk about this now in the last program, where even Berete accepts to that, then condemn them. Then say it's not prudent. It go puts the country into massive inflation. It's not good for the country.
No, I don't think Berete didn't do that.
No, it did it. Go back and review that.
No, he didn't do that. But go ahead.
There is a record there. Even the other guy wanna be the host. I don't know this guy from where wanna be gets from. Where is he? I don't know. We are the what? He stressed on that. I watch on the programs. Then I watch away say even the IMF. What did Mama would I say? You know, go call name, but the guy call the names of the institutions that we condemn them. So it was there on your program. So World Bank condemn them, say it's not expedient, the money. There was a lot of great you keep at that project today. And I make tell you, say the difference between this project and the Mama Airport. Well, if you don't go to us money for can build hosts, then somebody can tell you, say, they can't build that host there for you for free. Who's why you go take? Then I can build for you. So
how many years on the airport? How many years on the government signed with the Suma?
I think it's 25 years. 25 years agreement. And the 25 years agreement, if I also understand, see, then get percentage when they pay to government. Any country, now so countries they work now. America said most of them things are BOT the deeper. So what that person they say no investment, no can salon. The biggest investment we don't ever can salon after we independent. Now in this airport under the president Mother Bio in government with all what they say the biggest it's $270 million. It's imapade, not to say not to paper again. The airport imapade now. It did it. When you pass the see and SHABBA, it did it bang 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 bang. It's not to say that then say not to per hype. It did it. It's imapade. So that's what we want. We want that other companies come back, let them build a heart hospital in a salon. We want that other company can let them build hospitals in a salon. That's what we want.
Mike, you go respond to the other callers, please.
Because
okay, that's one. Then the other caller, make sure I appreciate all the other caller have noticed, say, let them allow me make a talk and a caution Rachel, because Rachel now want ginger me. It's why I know I want to pull me ideas and interrupt while they talk. I know where she's coming.
Okay.
It's okay. Like, we go allow her to take the lead now, woman. You know, they always want for show bossiness. That's fine.
No.
So when me if I be SHABBA like me and sometimes the show don't safe. But Rachel, I get a soft spot. I respect her. She's a woman. We just passed 30% rights for give woman them authority.
But I still bully woman there.
Waiting.
Una still a bully woman there.
No, well, if you
bully Lara, una bully Lara today.
But Lara knows you don't know more than bully. We do something.
What do you mean?
Yeah, there was a lot of
bullying.
Guys, that's why another day, please. Let's
But anyway, any other thing there where you want to, I guess, out of the callers, them, I think, and Arun Zubaru, I don't address him thing. Arun, now man, we like for just call figures, he can just talk, he can just this, now man, we not sit down for listening thoughts. This now man, we don't oppose Sierra Leone, we don't make video, we can salon, he gets a hell of a time. A worker, nobody know ever touch me and dress Sierra Leone. I ever tell him, say, this is a Sierra Leone, you keep opposing, say Sierra Leone is not peaceful. This is a Sierra Leone, you keep crying. Me and him meet past 1, 2, 3 times in a beach. I even invite an office in a state house, say, come worker. I don't even ready for come. This na man where decide say one for turn mayor, and at the end of the day, look what's going to happen. He come back, he begin attack Kane Yumkela. Like say the man who gets rights.
Okay, we don't run out of time. Like, so we don't have the time.
Arun Zubaru no say the difference between the airports and all the way they talk. This airport we 1 cent no did it.
I'm closing now. Let's close. I'm closing now. I'm closing.
Yes, Mike, please, guys. We want first of all, we want to appreciate you when you honor with invitation. You know, people are always come after me. That's the reality. Say, Mike, now your best friend, now your good friend on social media, anything where you can your platform, you get on time, I don't get so many or whatever. And you know, we forget this kind of relationship. We as a Sierra Leoneans, them. You know what I'm saying? Because Mike the APC, Mike the SLPP, me the APC, so Mike no for kind of the platform. You know, or if you Mike get party, me no for go support Mike. If you Mike invites me in party, you know, we get for stop all the nonsense that Sierra Leoneans them, because you know. I don't get so many comments, but you know I'm for talk. But that's so we set up the program today. Not mean because of me and Mike were very, very close. So I mean I know we ask a question. But once again, Mike, you know, I do appreciate you, and we don't say as this platform not take you from one level to another.
Mike, before they go, please, before they appreciate it, let Mike just close with this final question. I have two short questions for you.
I just want before your question come, SHABBA. Even when I said I was coming to your program, people them from my own political party, when I extremists them, that's what I call them, attack me, I know for kind of your program, I know for this. But the person who made it serve when I President Bill believe in tolerance. Yeah. That was why even way for the Sankobi in a bush, now the first man we say me, I go meet her. I pull her, talk to her. Now I pull for the Sankona bush, it comes, Lord, so you don't know talk, Lord, know what you want. So he is a man of honor, is a man who like decorum, and a man who believes a message for go across, even to places them wearing people not believing them, even places them where wearing people are not people they doubt them. So that is why I came here. You see, all the messages that we can probably, you don't even get anyone who try to support me. Only one person will say, Richard, would say all is coming from one-sided thing because people look at on a platform say maybe not more of APC supporters than you watch, and that is fine. I don't have a problem with that. Because that is the beauty of democracy. You get platforms them sometimes where you go now, so SLPP people them back with the day. That is fine. But that not mean say we should not interface. That not mean say we should not interact. That not mean say we'll not for talk. Because the greatest problem where they make this country go before, we don't listen to ourselves. We don't, Shabba. Even our leaders don't listen to ourselves. President Bio called a consultative conference where we go for a lot of people that go sit down to him. Now, yeah, APC say they're not they go there. They're not they go there.
That's another day. That's another day. Thank you very much, Mike.
Just allow me just 2 short questions and answer very short and precise, please, because time don't they catch you now. Number one, the governments don't pass.
Yes, the same question they had to you.
No, you saw them Boku. Time not there. You saw them Boku.
All right.
So okay, number one, quickly, Mike. On a serious note, the government don't pass the gender bill, right? And which me, I'm very very happy for that, because that's not the way.
But you not post anything. You not post anything.
Hold on. First of all, when the government with the delay, I post pass the gender bill. Pass the gender bill. Hold on, wait.
You're happy about it, if you don't share.
Wait, Mike. Not to you the time what they do on my own platform. Wait.
Okay, Rachel.
Okay. So, which personally I'm glad for, but again, we don't see the way how women, especially women, the way get a voice. Women, they were influential. Women, they were fearless. We see the challenges the way they get inside this government. I can make reference to just 3. There are more. There might be more. The issue of Lara Taylor Pierce, waiting in crime. Up till now, we're not able to get a headway why he was indefinitely suspended. We see how Femi Claudius Cole also was intimidated till today. Femi, they're all in passport. She cannot travel till today. Waiting in crime. We also saw the mayor of Freetown continuously being bullied. You know, even with this government, things the way the government supposed to make them easy for them. I mean, she's been targeted according to what we've seen and according to things that way it don't put out there. That is number one. Why is this government targeting fearless and very powerful women in society? That is one. Number two, we see most of the callers them really all what we talk, so they're not concerned about so they're concerned about bread and butter. They're concerned about the economy, and you make reference to all the countries the way they talk, including America. We want for no Salon, na Salona want for no. Waiting President Bio they do now. As still tranga dollar price not for talk. Waiting they do as a president in your country, as other president they do for cushion, for make this strangeness make it slack small from people there. Let we able to get 3 square meals a day as Sierra Leonean. What is President Bio doing to address that situation there? Because it's all about the economy. From what I see now, the comment section and the callers the way they talk, they are more interested about the bread and butter. What is President Bio doing? Thank you very much.
All right, this is the double jeopardy, if I can say that. You asked. Okay, first of all, if I can address the gender empowerment bill. The good thing about this, of course, we may not see you talk about if you're a woman advocate, you believe in women power, you believe in this. Is the first thing we for applaud, because even the people them way you talk for, then self applaud them. I see some of them tweet them. This gender empowerment bill will come, it empower women them, it give 30% seats reserved for women in a parliamentary elections. So what does that mean? We're going to get more women in the parliament now. And so you see where the proportional representation coming. You see how important it is, because when the political parties then they make their lists now, it is incumbent on them for make sure say councillors then 30%. And the 30% Rachel, not on the threshold though. It don't mean say that 30% bet, but at the minimum down there, at the benchmark down there. So it can pass 30%, it can pass 40%. So we get to get more women in a parliament now when our lawmakers them. We get for Sudan. And because you know why make President Bio pass this? Because women then form 52% of the population in this country. So there is no way, Rachel, if you decide for women, them when I get now the more boku pass the man in this country, you not get a representation. So that is good for you, Rachel, because at the end of the day, maybe you can come into politics, maybe you want to be an MP. You don't know if an MP for SLPP or APC, you could be a lawmaker because you good at
answer the question. So why is the government targeting? My question is, why is the government targeting?
Answer the question.
There's no time. Go straight to the point. Time no though.
You don't want the time. You don't want me to elaborate. Then there's going to be a minimum 30% seats reserved. It's going to be minimum 30% for all public positions reserved for men. So for women, sorry, I take that back, for women. So what's in that for me? So if you get a work now, let's say Sarah Rutai, if you make sure say more women, 30% minimum women and the way they work at management level, at mid-management level, at lower management level. Then there's going to be women will also continue to contest for non-reserved seats then. So this is good. So if you talk, say, president target, I call him Lara Taylor, a target, I call him Femi Claudio School. These are very powerful and fearless women. But if you understand, say, all these women, especially Femi Claudio School, have a political agenda. She has a political agenda. He gets a political party where form. So she's coming at government. At the end of the day, a former protest where be say go against the norms of the country.
No, Ishana, because we'll go
there. You ask me say waiting he do with the hula. Why they come
okay.
They still no go under.
Go ahead.
And also you talk about, we already mentioned, I talk about Lara. I tell you say Lara since accepted there were some discrepancies within the audit report will come. Me and you know that he accepts them. So don't go to court. I don't want to, because of contempt of court, I don't want to talk about the details on that because everything I say here is a policy statement. Left the court for handle that. The court will come with a verdict on that, with the trial done. But ultimately, they try to tell you say here, President beyond government not the target woman. In fact, now the government this way don't empower women and pass all governments ever in the history of Sierra Leone. Yeah, now the government is way they see women them don't get 30% right. I just mentioned that. Now the government is where they see them get directors, deputy directors, ministers, boku deputy ministers when a woman. Yeah. So this government are government where they empower women. Even you see how President
Mike, you're making a statement that is not true. When Lara accepts say there was discrepancy, when?
But you know that.
I know everything about I know everything in terms of Lara in case I know everything.
Let me give you an
I don't want to make statements out there that is not true.
Okay, guys. Sorry, Mike. Sorry, Rachel.
No, let me clear that.
The computer accepts time,
okay,
and
I don't run out of
time, and the system can log out
Lara
anytime from now. Yeah.
Okay, Lara accepted that in no audit the Freetown City Council. That was a discrepancy. That was a huge discrepancy. He accepts it, audit the Freetown City Council. No, don't roll your eyes, Rachel. You know it's true. Auditor because I'm
no, man, it's time no, they're trying to talk again.
I don't want to get into it. So back to you, Shabba.
Please, we close it now. I'm running out of time. I get less than 1 minute 55 seconds.
Talk about the economy.
Mike Begawa, thank you very much for your invitation. I believe before the election, during the campaign, you will come back on our platform. We can get more decent conversation. Thank you very much.
Yep. So my last one.
Quick one, please. 30 seconds.
We are going through. Okay, Sierra Leone is going through a crossroad. Things are hard. Things are difficult. The president is aware of that. The president knows your concerns. He knows your constraints. The president is not happy about how the economy they go. But the president don't ever promise we say a quick fix. Sierra Leone be rotten. We'll take this country rotten. Every ministry was rotten. Tourism, agriculture was rotten. Health was rotten. Mines was rotten. Everything was rotten. We were under austerity. But we are on the right track to economic recovery. We are on the right trajectory to economic recovery. The only policy where they change any country in this world is education. When people are educated, then they look for jobs for themselves. Then they become carpenters, and they become fitters, and they become mercenaries. Now that's not the vision of this president. They want to shape this country. Lord, give time. It deserves a second time. Nobody know the way we can change the economy one thing like what's in the happen. What's in the happen today in the world, they happen all sides of the world. No country know the way better. Even the Great America, then they constraints day, then get inflation day. London, people they strike day. Paris, people they strike day. This is a global. Now trust this president and mean good for this country. He wants a better Sierra Leone, and that make it a run for second term.
Thank you very much, Mike.
Right, and then policies that are the only policies that know you go shape this country for a better future. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See you 2023 with a big agenda. Wanna feed the people. When our agriculture, we come in bigger and
agenda
better.
Feed the people. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mike Berowa.
That's a good one.
Director of Communication to the President. I still leave it from a check.
All right.
That's a good one. The SLPP they run with agenda feed the people.
Thank you, Mike. Rachel, please.
That's a good one.
Please.
No, I really enjoyed the conversation between me and Mike. I mean, it is what it is. Sometimes we get for low that's too small with the issues them. Because if you say just kind of more as you talk and follow me, and how you go feel? Yeah, come on, we have to engage. Yeah, because we deal with facts on this platform. Yeah, so we need for engage with them. So I know other people that take and pass. People that take and personal. But I want to thank you again, for being brave, being bold to come to this platform, even though, like you say, they say this platform is this platform is that. But the same way that they twist on the flip side, and they say Shabba himself they support you. So I mean, whatever this is to tell us that whatever we do, people will say something. The only thing I care about, it's about my conscience. I don't care about what people say. It's about my conscience. So, I mean, it's been a good conversation with you here, although we get some disagreement on some issues there. But I mean, you were able to articulate your the issues, and it is up to Sierra Leoneans to take it as you lay them for them. And also, you don't launch the campaign at this platform of the SLPP Pow. Say this time around, the campaign will go with to family. Also, the last time the accountability and transparency. So this is feed the people.
Feed the people.
So I mean,
we understand everybody in the farm.
Yes, family. So Mike Berowa don't can declare on this platform. Say the campaign where the SLPP Pauper government therefore run on to the people of Sierra Leone is Operation Feed the People. So get ready. I think Senadande then will move around with the countries. Thank you so much, and thank you for the callers and the viewers. I mean, the arguments is awesome. Honestly, that's the beauty of democracy. The argument is awesome on the comment section. And I want to say thank you all comments in the comment section. And thank you so much, EGERTON SHABBA, for always giving me the platform for making myself
No, today I get the platform today I stay neutral. But people don't understand. They want to understand. They don't say SHABBA and Mike are very, very close.
Now Rachel, and guess what, Shabba? Me and you wear the same colors, I don't know if you know.
Well, that's another thing again. They go for cartoon now too.
It's all right. That's the beauty of democracy. People will get their opinions, but we are out there to talk to people, let people understand. Say, we need to get conversations. Even if you don't agree with me, listen to me. What's in the happen at this country? We know they listen to each other. We don't. Rachel, we don't listen to each other. Even if not liar, they lie, listen to me lies. If not true, they talk, listen to me true. The reason why they bring war in a country now because we don't get time for listening to each other. So I appreciate this. I know it's good. I know you have a huge platform, Shabba. Share this wild. Anytime when I get doubts, when I want to bring
but one thing I want to beg you for, now for they bring you people like this platform, they're not afraid. That's democracy. I mean, let me tell you, Mike, as a media person, one thing where governments not for make enemy is the media. because now we say one back they disseminate on our information, whether it's good or bad. Now we they disseminate.
Honestly,
you know, if the more you guys come out to talk, the more people will understand. And I think say because of that disconnect there between Una and the people, now they bring so many confusion in the minds of people. So bring the people, men are not afraid.
You don't need any other person again. Now the highest office to talk to you, so the president, right? After me now. After me, yes. This is the office of the president to talk right now. Yeah. So it's been a pleasure. This is what President Bio wants. He wants love to get an engagement.
Mike don't seize your platform. You don't seize. I don't seize.
Right. And Samano believes say we all for talk. Now the only way we'll be able to understand we say
Mike not only platform on stage.
Always. In the coming of 5 o'clock in the morning, you don't get here.
Mike not only platform. He said I know more for Canada. So after in at the par, so nobody again.
Yeah. But when they say bring other people then these are the Directorate of Information they talk to.
Okay.
So
thank you.
You can get it better than this, Richard.
Mike Sabi blow in a self-praise. You get confidence bad. That's why I like him.
You can get it better than this, Richard. Trust me. You can get it better than this.
Guys,
all right,
thank you very much.
Guys. It's all a pleasure. I wish you all a happy Valentine and
you too.
Stay safe out there.
You too.
Thanks. Thank you. Okay, family, so we'll left now. We wish you all happy Valentine, and we'll be back next weekend. We want for make una continue for share this live, and also the number below when I'm in the call. If you can feel free for text at this number, and also send a message and we can forward on to Mike. So now thank you very much, and wanna have a pleasant Valentine also, Richard.
Yeah, and then I enjoyed the rest of the evening because it's been it's been a very tough conversation. But I mean, Mike Naposi, whether it is true, whether it is not true, I mean, he always they speak out.
I like the way on all to interact. You know, still decide for stay neutral. According to plan,
but that's the whole idea of the program. That's the whole idea of the program, right. And you know, and like I say, if Ikaya were to fall on and left and make it talk, I mean, there's no engagement. So that's right. Is why people are not understand that try for engage and make we because establish facts on this platform because this platform have facts. And I been so they talk inside this platform. So
okay, we'll go there back next weekend. But we might be there with Edmond Abu. We go let you know maybe latest on Tuesday. Thank you very much. And so we go left for now and have the play.